The following is a presentation of Radio Plus Sports and Jeff's Livestreams.
4th down and 10 for the Spartans. Here comes the blitz off of the corner, and they get there, and it's going to be turned over on downs.
Radio Plus Sports, a Wisconsin Broadcasters Association first place winner for best digital production in the state.
Delmacher rolling out to the left, flips the hips over the middle. He's got him! Brody Highland to the end zone! His second touchdown of the day!
In-depth interviews with coaches and players, sideline reports, expert analysis, and top-notch production.
Takes a snap, gives to Schomburg. Schomburg, hole, right side! Sideline, touchdown!
Radio Plus Sports, a Wisconsin Broadcasters Association multiple-year first-place winner for best play-by-play in the state.
Armson back with a lone back, a man in motion, that's number 5, fakes the handoff, spins around, he's back in the packet, throws deep, he's got a man up top, and he catches it! He's still on his feet, number 18 going, the 10, the 5, touchdown Oaks!
Our sponsors include
Hoekstra's Greenhouse, Katie's Log Cabin, Generations Lanes, and Angling Only, PT Tire and Service,
Pino Construction, Verhaeg's Furniture, Schaefer Auto,
AirTech, Coal Oil and Propane, Witt Services, Pioneer Keg,
Lidkey Lumber, Hoffs of Brownsville, Municipal Well and Pump,
All Phase Heating Cooling Geo, Back in Action, Brock Fleischer, Homestead Realty,
Ergo Bank Lomira, Maxwell Plumbing, Metalcraft of Mayville,
Michaels Corporation, Quest Interiors, Schroffnagel Implement, Skyline Roofing,
Surefire Heating and Cooling, Westfall Printing and Graphics, Bristol Morgan Bank, Marshview Veterinary Clinic, Leroy Meats, Mayville Savings Bank, Bernard Plumbing, Keller Buildings.
Let's go live to the Radio Plus Sports broadcast booth with Jeff's Livestream, providing game day coverage.
On the southern shores of Lake Winnebago, just over 8 weeks from the opening day of Sturgeon Spearing, we will see the 12th annual battle for the Sturgeon Cup, a rivalry game that has been dominated by the Ledgers since the existence of the rivalry. It's been 11 years. They're 9-2 overall, the 12th annual Cup this year. However, the Cardinals won the Sturgeon Cup last year in a shootout, in a shocker, on a fantastic defensive effort and goaltending effort, and they won it for the first time since 2015, 2016. These two schools separated by just 3 miles. Once again, battle for the Sturgeon Cup. Welcome inside the Blue Line Family Ice Center. I'm Justin Schwartzman alongside Caleb Sauer. Caleb, welcome back to the Blue Line Ice Center.
Yeah, back here in the Blue Line, we're going to have another good game. Again, we were here last year. It was a fun game. Fond du Lac took that one. But yeah, tonight we're expecting a good physical contest here between the Ledgers and the Cardinals.
And two teams, obviously, the matchups that don't always just come within this Sturgeon Cup matchup. You have games that come in the conference tournament, games that have came in the playoffs in the past. These two teams that, they grow up playing with each other, these kids. And no matter what, you're friends, but when you go on the ice, it's a rivalry thing. I mean, they don't like each other in this sense after maybe a couple weeks later, but there's a lot on the line here tonight, Caleb.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we saw the tone being set right away in the JV game there. It was 8-0. Fond du Lac won that one, but you could just see how physical it was out there. And in the pregame, students coming in, both the teams coming in, and everyone's ready to go and jacked up.
All kinds of stuff coming up on the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back after this on Radio Plus, Video Sports, and Jeff's Livestreams.
Every customer can be a Signature Home customer. I think that's what Signature Homes does really well, is that we can touch not only the customer who's building for the first time, but also the customers that know what they want and want to pull pieces of other property that they've lived in and loved. And you can really trust that we know what we're doing and that we have 30 years of experience in the market doing it with quality craftsmanship and a lot of style and design. And at the end, we get a chance to walk them through and see their smiling faces, and we know that we've achieved our goal.
Rediscover the hometown lumberyard experience in your own backyard. Hi, this is Dave, third generation of the family-owned and operated Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lamira. I welcome you to experience what the hometown lumberyard has to offer. Better products, better advice, better service. From one O-ring to all the building materials to build a house, we had the products to get the job done. Hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, lawn and garden, automotive, bird, and so much more. Come experience what your hometown lumberyard has to offer. Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lamira, where the tracks cross Main, or online at lidkelumber.com.
Add more joy to your holiday season in a new Buick from Holiday. Choose Buick Encore GX and stack our low simplified price with rates as low as 0.9% with no payments for 90 days or other enticing offers. And enjoy our exceptional guest care.
A great vibe, excellent service, and genuine care. That's what you get here.
Come be our guest and go from wish list to reality.
Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
This winter, make your home the coziest place in town with Surefire Heating and Air Conditioning. For 3 generations, the Surefire family has been serving Wisconsin homes, bringing warmth and comfort to your families just like yours. As the temperatures drop, trust the company that's been in the business of keeping homes warm for over 75 years. This is Tom Schwartz with Surefire. Call us today and ask about our rebates that can help you save big on your comfort this coming winter. Visit us at surefireinc.com.
At Burke, our mission is simple. We want to bring play that moves you to communities around the world. Our skilled team, from welders and CNC operators to illustrators and 3D designers, work together to create places where kids can explore, play, and dream. Want to be a part of something special? Visit burkecareers.com and apply today.
Scotty's Auto Works for affordable auto care, from tires and alignments to routine auto maintenance. Trust the guys at Scotty's Auto Works, next to Pump and Pantry, Fond du Lac.
Municipal Well and Pump has helped communities and industries keep water running with expert well drilling, pump installation, and dependable maintenance. Our experienced team is committed, quality workmanship, and getting the job done right the very first time. When reliable water matters most, trust the name built on honesty, integrity, and experience. Municipal Well and Pump, delivering water you can depend on.
Welcome back to the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. We're going to talk about the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Fond du Lac as a team this year scored 10 goals overall, 4 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in overtime in that last week when they beat KMMO in an impressive win. You'll hear Coach Ryan Saracen talk about that a little bit later. They've given up 24, and it's gotten worse throughout the game. 2 in the first, 9 in the second, and 13 in the third, Caleb. You want to see those numbers go the opposite way, so what do you think it is that's going on with Fondy at this time of the year?
Yeah, definitely. You do want to see those numbers go the other way. You know, I think they're getting off to a decent start, but the problem is they're not making those in-game adjustments, I think, and staying strong throughout the rest of the game as well, and really focusing on that attentiveness to defense. You know, you don't have Schober in net anymore, right? So you're going to have to help them out on the defensive side.
We talked last year how Fondy's power play had been a struggle for most of the year. Well, 20% this year and a 90.5% penalty kill. Those numbers are fantastic at any point when you're looking around at a high school hockey, any roster.
Definitely, yeah. Those are some really good numbers, and the special teams is going to be, I think, part of the key to winning this game for both teams.
Leading Fondy in points this season is the sophomore or junior. I got to remember my numbers here. I was right. Sophomore defenseman Eli Czar with 4 pair of goals and a pair of assists. Maddox King with a pair of goals and a pair of assists. 3 goals and an assist from Cade Umentum. 1 goal, 3 assists from Peyton Umentum. Colin Gamble this season, we had talked, you haven't seen, you're out without Spencer Schober. He's got an .876 and a 3.5 goals against, or 3.9 goals against. But Caleb, I think that doesn't tell the story. We saw him play against DePere. I thought he played very well. He played very well against Neenah. Times, he had 38 saves, I believe, in the loss to DePere. Gave up 2 goals in the beginning of the first period, but he was dynamite throughout the entire game. Obviously, I talked with Ryan Saracen. He had trained with Chris Nell all summer long. So, obviously, Chris very well. That's a guy that is going to get his goaltender where he needs to be.
Yeah, definitely. I think, Gamble's had a decent season considering the schools that Fond du Lac's been playing. They've really had a tough schedule to start off this season, and it's not like they're getting blown out. I wouldn't say, that they've always been in all their games this year, up until maybe those last couple minutes in the third period.
When we talk about both of these teams tend to play a relatively tough schedule throughout the season. They want to play the tougher opponents in the Division 1s or the Division 2s to try to ramp themselves up for playoff season. But KMMO, a team who's always at the top. Ryan Saracen talks about how he thought their team greatly improved from Tuesday in a 7-1 loss to Fox Cities from that 3-2 win in overtime against KMMO.
Yeah, that's one of those bounce back games that you look for. Or a lot of times you don't know what team you have until you see you have a tough loss on the road in Fox Cities, and then you go again on the road to KMMO and you go in there and you beat them. So that's one of those. If you're Coach Saracen, you're like, that's a good bounce back win, and that's a good showing of, okay, my team is going to come to play every single night, and if they do take that loss or they do get scored on, they're going to come back with some fire and grit.
Fondy 1-2 in the conference overall, hoping to improve to 2-2 tonight. We're going to take another quick break, and we will come back with the Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview with Coach Ryan Saracen. Fondy Family Dental, Dr. Chad and his team will make you smile before, after, and yes, even during your appointment. Back after this.
Life is full of milestones, big and small. At Fond du Lac Credit Union, we're proud to be a part of your journey. From landing your first job to moving into your dream home, starting a family, or planning for what's next, we make the money part easy so you can focus on what matters most. Whatever stage you're in, we're right there with you. Fond du Lac Credit Union, here for life and every stage along the way. For more information, visit fdlcu.com or stop in today.
A personal experience with a custom feel. Each home Smith Builders builds is unique. The design and selections perfectly crafted for you. To learn more, visit smithbuildersinc.com or stop by 227 Morris Court. Smith Builders of Fond du Lac. Traditional values, exceptional services. A proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Join a growing team offering outstanding benefits, including their own health clinic, paid training, and top wages. Take the next step in your career. Join Southern Wisconsin's premier manufacturer, Metalcraft of Mayville, hiring all positions, skilled and unskilled. All shifts at their Mayville, West Bend, Beaver Dam, Fall River, and Horicon facilities. No experience required. Learn more and apply at mtlcraft.com. That's mtlcraft.com. Metalcraft is an equal opportunity employer. Minorities, women, veterans, and persons with disabilities encouraged to apply.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on Radio Plus Video Sports and Jeff's live streams. The Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview here with Coach Ryan Saracen. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, thanks. Great to be here.
Coach, obviously we know what's coming on Friday, but let's start with last week. And what did you think of the guys in the game on Tuesday and then the game on Saturday?
Yeah, on Tuesday night we played Fox Cities. I thought we were quite competitive early. We played an even first period and really half of the second period, and then we kind of started to falter a little bit and struggle. Ending in I think it was 4-1 after second period and ended 7-1. So obviously left a pretty bad taste in our mouth in that road game. And I thought we played a good, and it's kind of been our MO. We played a good, kind of half a game here and there, but haven't really put that complete game in against a good team. But I thought we were better going into Saturday. We practiced, we had some things to work on and really focused on that full game effort. And against a pretty good KMMO team, I thought we played pretty hard on Saturday.
Coach, let's talk about Collien Gamble. Obviously, you're losing Spencer Schober, I guess he was a senior last year, but Collien's team has played, he played really good against De Pere in the game that we saw him play, and had another nice game against KMMO on Saturday. What can you say out of him so far this season?
Yeah, just his work ethic and efforts, that he put in the summer have paid off, and he's been a huge bright spot for us. So, again, I wish we could be giving him more scoring support, and he's definitely been a bright spot. So we're glad that he's put in the work that he has, and is playing solid or these games. Some of these tough teams we played early definitely could have been worse. He's kept us in it.
Coach, obviously early in the season, we talk about the penalty kills and the power plays, and it's hard to judge where you're at, but 20% on the power play, 90% on the penalty kill. I mean, that's right where you want to be, right?
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's another bright spot. We're not scoring very much even strength, which is something we've been working on, trying to generate chances. But anytime you can add, you're in that near 90%, you're 110% combined. That's been a huge bright spot and something we've struggled with the last few years. So I guess we can take a positive that we've been working on that and can count on that penalty kill or maybe get a power play goal and need it.
Coach, obviously we know what's coming on Friday. How's the practice been this week getting ready for the Ledgers?
Good. I think it's kind of different. I think they're in the same boat. We don't have a Tuesday game, so we've been really kind of, able to get into some of the roots of the things we need to work on and dig deep. And so having those 3 or 4 days of practice has been kind of nice, actually. So I think they're in the same boat. So for this big game, it should be interesting to see what we bring to the table.
Coach, obviously emotions ride high in a game like this. How do you keep your guys at that even keel, riding the fence, not getting too high and getting too low in a game like this?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's with the emotions, as you know, it's very important to not let those things overtake you, and to play in the systems. Don't kill yourself with penalties, emotions, mistakes, things like that. And again, to St. Mary's Springs credit, they've been pretty good at that. We were able to finally play with them and play well against them last year. But, I'm hoping that our guys are, again, mature enough and keeping that emotional, obviously feeding off those emotions, but not getting overkill where it's causing the team problems.
Obviously, you guys, a younger team, not a ton of seniors, but your leadership is very key on your team with you Mentum brothers. What can you say from them? Obviously their senior year, they've only won this game one time, and they want to win it back-to-back this year. What do you think for them is key coming into Friday?
Yeah, I mean, they're great kids, excellent leaders. The kids look up to them, and they're great communicators for us in the locker room. So, and in delivering our message to the team. So, again, I'm hoping, just like you said about the controlling your emotions thing, and now seeing a team that, again, we were able to go to overtime, 2 overtimes, and actually win the conference game against them last year and shoot out. They know what it takes now, and they know, how much of an effort it needs to take in this charged game. So we'll look to them for leadership for sure.
Coach, what are your 3 biggest keys going into tomorrow or Friday?
Well, we kind of hit on some of them already, but which is, to your great questioning here. But we definitely, need to control those emotions. We need to win the special teams battle. And again, in one of these types of games, we're going to have a player to step up big. So we're hoping to have that, key moment where somebody steps up and stay disciplined and hopefully win that special teams battle. So those are the 3 things in my mind.
Coach, how's the health of the team?
Actually good. We were worried coming in. We had been riding some injuries last week, but miraculously everybody's getting better, and that's good. I think they're getting ready for this rivalry game. A couple of guys we thought might be out are cleared, and so we should be coming in fairly healthy.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Coach. And it's been Coach Ryan Sarazin here with Justin Schwartzman on the Radio Plus and Jeff's Livestreams pregame show. We'll be back after these messages.
right, whatever it takes.
Trust AirTech Heating with all your home comfort needs. AirTech Heating, doing whatever it takes.
Got pain? See Shane. Dr. Shane Bauer at Bauer Chiropractic. Dr. Bauer can help relieve pain in arthritic knees, reduce or relieve pain from degenerative and herniated lumbar discs in your back. Dr. Bauer's laser treatment relieves pain and inflammation. Works like cortisone without the side effects. Dr. Bauer also offers custom orthotics for proper back posture. Since 1998, this area has trusted the team at Bauer Chiropractic. So if you've got pain, see Shane at Bauer Chiropractic.
Angling-only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
At Bernhardt Plumbing, true craftsmen are who we are. Providing customer satisfaction is what we do.
For new construction or remodeling projects, we cover the full spectrum of plumbing design, installation, and code compliance. Bernhardt Plumbing does it right down to the smallest detail.
Our experience with Bernhardt Plumbing has been absolutely fabulous. They are reliable, dependable, trustworthy, and professional.
Since 1954, a legacy of service, quality, and customer satisfaction.
Bob's Pizza now has its very own dine-in restaurant. Enjoy a family-friendly atmosphere with a cozy dining room, large game room, beautiful full bar, and even coffee next door from Just Love Coffee. With our expanded menu, your party will have no trouble satisfying the whole family. Delicious, legendary pizza for a legendary city. Bob's Pizza on the Avenue.
Welcome back here in the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Bauer Chiropractic injury report. Got pain? See Shane, Dr. Shane Bauer. You heard Coach Saracen talk about they got a couple players back, one of those being Mason King coming off a separated shoulder. He will get a little bit of a demotion in the lineup, playing the third line. They're going to be a little safe with him to see how he is feeling. Get through all those lineups when we get to that point. We're going to talk about the Ledgers now, Caleb. And this Ledgers team, they started off the season with a tough loss to Fox Cities and have not lost since. They're 4-1 technically because they have a tie and an overtime. It ended up being a shootout loss to De Pere. 1-1 in the conference, but the tough opponents, a big win at Arrowhead, which was the first win for Coach Kevin Collien at Arrowhead in his career.
Yeah, that's a big win. Again, going on the road in Arrowhead at the Mold Ice Arena. I mean, that's a tough place to play. Arrowhead historically has always had good programs. So, yeah, that's a great win for the Ledgers. Go in there and get a shutout, 3-0. I mean, that's a big win.
Ledgers are led by senior captain Tate Baker. 13 points, 6 goals, 7 assists. Preston Flood, 8 points, 4 assists, 4 goals. Jaden Bastian, 3 goals, 4 assists. Heath Brown with 1 goal and 6 assists. And Logan Blankenheim with 3 goals and 4 assists. There's all kinds of guys on this team with over a point per game, Caleb. And that's key. We got 7 guys or 6 guys with over a point per game on this team. If you can get that kind of depth from a forward and a defense group at the high school level, it's extremely key.
Yeah, for sure. And you saw Springs last year. I mean, they were top heavy, right? They had a really solid first and second line. But other than that, they didn't have a ton of depth. This year, we're seeing there's more production from more guys. So it's spread out a little more evenly. And they can confidently, roll 2 or 3 lines and be excited and happy about that.
In net, we'll see Caden Rotman. Caden Rotman, 3-1 overall. He's seen 101 shots, given up 9 goals, 92 saves, a 189 goals against, and a 9-11 with a shutout so far this season. Caleb, those are right where you want to be in terms of numbers. As a goaltender, you see those numbers. You said it. He looks good on paper.
Yes, definitely. And I haven't watched a ton of the Ledgers this year. This is actually their first home game, which is very, very crazy. They're 6-7 games into the season, and this is their first home game. It's a battle for the Sturgeon Cup, right?
We're going to take another short break. We'll come back with another one of those Fondy Family Dental Coaches Smiles interview. Fondy Family Dental, Dr. Chad and his team will make you smile before, after, and yes, even during your appointment. Back after this with an interview with Coach Kevin Collien.
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time. They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
At Warner Harmson Furniture, Flooring, Kitchen, and Bath, we know that your home is more than just four walls. From kitchen and bath remodels to full home renovations and new construction, we have the team for you. Warner Harmson brings expert design and craftsmanship to every project. Dependable, detail-driven, and dedicated to you, we turn your vision into a home. Warner Harmson, we do it all. Visit warnerharmson.com and book your free consultation today.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones financial advisors. Robert Bruce, located at 68 North Main Street. Patrick Ellistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue. Matt Moses, located at 201 South Mars Street. Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. And Matt Helmer, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Coal Oil and Propane is committed to establishing and upholding lasting relationships with our respected customers. We pledge to provide exceptional and reliable service, exceeding your expectations, and are dedicated to continuous improvement, embracing and driving change to better serve you. Whether you need service for residential, commercial, or agricultural, Coal Oil and Propane has you covered. Our goals are simple: great products, competitive pricing, and reliable service. Contact Coal Oil and Propane for all your fuel and lubricant needs. Trust Coal Oil and Propane.
This is Craig Larson, sales manager with locally owned Dufresne Moving and Storage. Moving is very important to me, and I take pride in making sure our clients are happy with their overall experience at a reasonable cost and done in a high quality manner. We have a crew that is dedicated on taking care of your stuff. Call me today for an estimate at 1-800-425-MOVE or visit us at DufresneMoving.com. Dufresne Moving and Storage of Fond du Lac, making your move and storage of goods simple.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on Radio Plus Video Sports and Jeff's Livestreams. Here with Coach Kevin Collien of the Ledgers. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, how's it going?
Good. How are you, Coach?
Pretty good.
Coach, obviously the start of the season, a tough loss to Fox Cities. You haven't lost since you had the overtime or shootout loss, which goes down in the book as a tie, as it was a tournament that you guys were playing in. How the guys been looking since that Fox Cities game?
Really good. We knew, right? New faces, a couple freshmen playing quite a bit of ice. The schedule was built out. 6 games on the road. Fox Cities been on a tear. They played us hard. They out-efforted us maybe, but it didn't feel like a 10-1 game. That's what it was, though, so that's who we were. We went to the drawing board, fixed a lot of simple mistakes. Been watching all the simple mistakes diminish, and then, going on the road and having through the last 3 games, I see us getting better and better and better, one day at a time, fixing the mistakes and tough, gritty wins. So we've been improving every day.
Coach, we talk about how big conference games are. This one obviously a little bit different as it's a rivalry matchup. The Ledgers have dominated this rivalry in the last 10 years, 8-2 in the rivalry game, and overall 10-2. How do you keep your guys at an even keel going into Friday?
How do you keep it? It's routine. Practice is the same. Nothing new.
Emotions ride high in a game like this. Obviously, with
Sure.
a quality senior group for you, what are you looking for them to help the younger guys through a game like this?
Am I looking for it? Exactly what they've been doing. Like I said, playing the game of hockey, you can get fancy, you can draw up all the stuff you want, but if the locker room stuff and the bench stuff and the way you act and treat each other is in the right place, it can go south in a hurry. I'd say that's the biggest. It's like everybody's willing to work for each other. I think the Sheboygan game, we had 5 different goal scorers. Nobody cared. The Arrowhead game, we had Porter Galler get his first goal, get his second goal ever. Will Stalmacher got back on the board, and it looked like they were willing to do whatever they had to do to win the game. And from the bench, you know, as a coach, and from the bench, you can see things a lot clearer. It's, you know, let them know there's a guy hot or Alberta or take the goalie's eyes or whatever. And I've actually been able to be hands off because they're doing it themselves. So our leadership should be able to calm the the nerves will be there for sure in a game like this. But our leaders have been through it, 6 times now. We played them twice the last couple of years. It's a big game, of course. Probably the biggest one they have on their schedule. You know, a target around it. But to get through it, they know what has to happen, and I don't see any issues with that at all because our leadership is right where it needs to be.
Coach, we talk about special teams a lot, at least you and I do off air, and we talk about the power plays at 25%. Obviously, the penalty kill at 81%. I know you'd like that number to be higher. What are you guys doing to work on special teams coming into Friday?
What are we doing to work on it? Well, we work on it pretty much every day. It's getting the right guys in there and just keep trusting the process, right? You know, on the power play, we want to move the puck. We want to take advantage of what the other team gives us. I throw different, so say I don't let the power play know if my killers are going to be aggressive or passive, and give them different situations so they can react to it. And we're getting better. You know, we might not have those prolific goal scorers to say, but we got guys that can put the puck in the net, and when they work together, I would imagine that number will go up. And then penalty killing, you know, you take off that Fox Cities game, it's not as bad as it looks. I mean, that game, I don't know what that was. So I don't know if it was just the first game on the new stuff, but our penalty kill, I'm actually very proud of the guys. I think we're averaging an in-stat something like almost 12 blocks a game. So we're the team that's going to get done being gritty. We don't have to be pretty.
Coach, what are your 3 biggest keys for the team going into Friday?
3 biggest keys. Well, first thing, block out the noise. It's always something get to them and knock them off their game because there's a lot of noise out there. The second one, to keep playing our game, not try to do too much out of what we are, play as a team. And then 3 is always keep the shots down. I mean, that could be number 1. We try to play a defensive-minded approach game first. When we hold teams down below 20 shots, you know, we're going to give ourselves a chance to win. So as long as we're doing that, I don't have anything special to do.
Coach, how's the health of the team?
Health is good, except for Knox Cleveland had his appendix on a couple weeks ago. He's in the middle of his recovery, so he's out for a couple more weeks. Otherwise, he's good to go. Jackson Sabo missed the last game with his confirmation retreat, but he'll be back. And, you know, the boys get a little banged up, but nothing serious, and they've all played right through it. So health is right where it needs to be so far.
Perfect, Coach. Thank you for joining us here on the Radio Plus Video Sports and Jeff's Livestreams pregame show. We'll be back after these messages.
Happy fall, y'all. Hi, this is Jackie with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, and Green Lake counties. Fall is a time for a whole home duct and dryer vent clean. Here's what I mean. Things off kilter, might need a new furnace cleaning and a filter. Dust and dander? We'll take a gander. We are your home for the Coleman Equipment brand. Call 920-763-2301 or log on to allphasecomforts.com. providing your comfort zone for all seasons.
Hey, it's Bucky. Give us a call, and we'll clean your ducky.
Okay, let's start with some clouds, some mountains over there, and finally a river. Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with the Travel Peace of Mind package.
American Family Insurance.
Visit Brad Tagle Petra today in Fond du Lac or Ripon.
When you hire the attorneys with the Everson Law Office, you're getting more than professional presentation. The attorneys at Everson Law Office are committed to excellence and have been successfully representing their clients since 2005. Practicing business law, estate planning, probate, guardianships, and real estate, they work closely with their clients, providing exceptional legal services that are catered specifically to their needs. Call attorney William Everson at 920-922-7113 or go to everson-law.com.
People have a reluctance to go see the dentist. It's an easy thing to put off or avoid altogether. But one visit to the caring professionals at Fondy Family Dental will change the way you think about the dentist. They provide quality family dental services to all ages in a happy, honest, and efficient manner that teaches and involves you on your custom plan. If you don't have insurance, ask about their new membership plan that can save you money. Call or schedule online today at fondyfamilydental.com.
Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair is ready for your next project, so be sure to talk to Dave and his experienced staff. You know, from air compressors to chainsaws, excavators, lifts, tools, saws, and so much more. Now, do you have your snowblower tuned up and ready for the upcoming winter season? Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair can do it. Check out their expanded rental lineup, too. Mention the words Radio Rental to get a 10% discount on your next rental. You can find them on Ford Drive on the west side of Fond du Lac.
Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair is a proud Echo and Cub Cadet dealer.
Welcome back on the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Our keys to the game built by Pino Construction turned vision into reality. Caleb, what are your keys to the game for the Fond du Lac Cardinals?
Yeah, the keys I think for Fond du Lac is just going to be having a consistent game, right? They've come out decently strong all their games so far this season, but they haven't been able to keep that production throughout and keep that attention to detail and focus throughout the whole game, offensively and defensively.
What do you think about for the Ledgers?
Yeah, the Ledgers, I think they're just going to have to continue getting off to a strong start as well. It's one of those things where if they can control the defensive zone and block shots, get pucks out and get a lot of shots on Fond du Lac's goalie Gamble and just test them early.
Well, we talk about it all the time, especially with coaches and you and I as hockey guys. A fast start is key, whether you're at home or on the road. Well, emotions are high in a game like this. I talk to both coaches about how do you try to keep your guys even keel. Well, that's my biggest key to the game. Not too high, not too low for either of these teams. You got to ride their emotions the right way. Got to use them to play better or fix something. I mean, there's times where things get out of hand a little bit in this game because guys, they get a little bit too high. They ride the fence. They fall off the fence. You and I both know that.
Yeah, exactly. And those types of things do happen, especially in big rivalry games like this. But again, goals are going to be scored, right? So if you get scored on, it's nothing to hang your head about, but you got to get back out there, get focused on getting the next one, basically.
When you're not watching games on Radio Plus and Jeff's live streams, find the latest scores and top performers from the Flyway Conference by following Flyway Focus on Facebook, Instagram, and X. And stay up to date with the latest conference news every morning with Flyway's Focus Sports Report with Jordan King. We're going to take another quick break. We will come back with starting lineups after the national anthem on Radio Plus, Video Sports, and Jeff's live streams.
From family dinners to weeknight staples, Hoff's offers friendly service and local artistry you can taste. Visit Hoff's today for quality cuts and weekly specials that make every meal a little more delicious. Or call 920-583-3734 to order from our menu.
So my name is Dave Hopper, and I've been with Hoppers for 35 years. My parents worked here, I work here, my son works here, my wife works here, so it's family. But I also look at the employees that we have today, and we have two that have over 25 years of employment here with us. So they are family. When we hire somebody new, I don't look at them as just an employee. They're part of our family, and that's what we strive for.
Integrity Saw and Tool is a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They wish the best of luck to all local teams this fall and winter. Integrity prides itself on being the fastest producer of high-quality cutting tools and providing the most reliable sharpening service in the industry. If you're looking for a challenging career with excellent benefits and a family atmosphere, contact the team at integritysaw.com. That's integritysaw.com.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner, grab one of the daily specials, or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
FBS Bank is here to help you achieve your dream of home ownership. For a limited time, we're offering home loans with just $595 closing costs plus title. Whether you're buying a new home or wanting to refinance, our experienced team is here to assist you. Visit our website at fbsbank.com or give us a call at 1-800-242-7880. Our friendly and experienced team will help guide you through the journey with FBS Bank. FBS Bank, banking made personal.
Welcome back to the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Just about ready to go. Ledgers are just about ready to take the ice. Cardinals fans are fired up. Both student sections are packed. The place is packed. Caleb, what an electric atmosphere.
Yeah, it's a good atmosphere. Again, it was a good atmosphere last year. We had a really good one. But again, this one, yeah, like you said, both student sections are packed. And it's getting loud and rowdy. The student section's up on the glass. I mean, I'm looking forward to a really good game here between both these schools.
Both of these teams are relatively young. I mean, you have a couple seniors on both teams. Springs with a little more. I think they have 5 or 4 seniors. So or 5 seniors, how do you have a team like this? How do you keep your emotions? Like, you played the Collien Cup, the Fondy versus Waupun, so a similar style matchup like that. How do you keep those freshmen, sophomores, juniors that haven't played, this game consistently, their level even keel?
Yeah, I think it's going to be, it's about getting involved early. Just get some puck touches in, even if you're just touching the puck just to dump it in or something like that, nothing late, but throw a body or two here and there. Just get involved in the game and don't let your emotions get too high for this one.
One thing you're going to see is physicality in this one. This one is always physical. Both teams line up on their respective goal lines, and we are going to get the starting lineups brought to you by Sargento Cheese starting lineup. Sargento is looking for manufacturing superstars for general production, machine operators, ops quality specialists, and maintenance pros. General production starting at $26 an hour plus shift premiums for second and third shifts. Sargento, your passion and our culture. For the Fondy Cardinals, you will see. Starting at D, number 3, Eli Czar. Starting at D, number 17, Mason Freese. Starting at forward, number 5, Peyton Umentum. Starting at forward, number 15, Cade Umentum. And starting at forward, number 25, Maddox King. In net, we will see number 30, Colin Gamble, who, to me, and we had talked about, Caleb, previously, how we thought Fondy, losing a guy like Schober would be a problem for them, but Gamble has felt right at home with this team so far this season.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to see, it's a big test for him tonight.
And the starting lineups for the Ledgers. At left wing, a 5'9" senior, Will Stelmacher. At defense, number 8, a 5'11" senior, Preston Flood. At defense, number 9, a 5'9" senior, Captain Tig Wagner. At center, number 23, Captain Tate Baker. And at wing, number 26, Porter Gala. All the seniors for the Ledgers attack the starting lineup in the net. The junior goaltender catching with the right hand, 5'10", Caden Rotman. Just about ready to get underway. One thing will come up before that. We're going to take a quick break. National anthem coming up. We'll be back after this.
Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class buildings and canopies. In fact, there are thousands of them in use across America and in the Caribbean. We have also produced and developed many other steel products for use in retail, commercial, and industrial applications, such as building fascia, loading racks, wall panel systems, and much more. Our design record attests to our dedication to quality and customer satisfaction. King Manufacturing, from design to completion.
Lakeside Wealth Management would like to welcome Bennett Bresky. Bennett joined the team in May of 2023, following his graduation from St. Norbert College, where he graduated cum laude, earning his degree in business finance.
Hi, this is Bennett Bresky with Lakeside Wealth Management. No one's strategy fits everyone, which is why every client gets our undivided attention. From planning to execution to follow-up, we take a proactive approach to helping you develop a strategy to address your financial goals and objectives using the most efficient methods available. Learn more at lakesidewealthmanagement.net.
Securities and advisory services are offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Dripping faucets and running toilets aren't just annoying, they're increasing your water bill. Clogged toilets and drains aren't just frustrating, they often indicate bigger problems. Pipe bursts aren't just messy, you need Maxwell Plumbing. These guys are affordable, and they know what they're doing. For plumbing projects and problems, it's Maxwell Plumbing, located in Lamira, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, and Washington counties. Maxwell Plumbing and HTG.com.
At Musa Sheet Metal, they spend generations building a better everyday life. They don't just build panels, they build a legacy. They're growing, innovating, and pushing the limits again with their brand new 24-gauge stocked steel line. Musa colors created by the Musa team, 25 bold choices ready to go, delivering the best solutions in architectural sheet metal. Say hi to the Musa apprentices. They're your neighbors, your classmates, and the future of the industry. Musa Sheet Metal, revolutionizing steel, building the future.
Joint or spine pain holding you back from the activities you love? Exhausted from relying on pain medications? Dreading the thought of steroid shots or invasive surgery? At New Medical Center, we believe in tapping into your body's own natural healing abilities. Our cutting-edge regenerative treatments use your body's own natural biologics to repair and restore damaged tissues. Visit us online at newmedicalctr.com. That's New Medical Center, 920-324-9899.
Just like a great team, National Exchange Bank and Trust knows that success is built on strong relationships and trust. Since 1933, the bank has been locally owned and focused on serving the needs of our community so that our friends and neighbors can live the life they want. Let National Exchange Bank and Trust be your financial teammate for life, because when it comes to your financial goals, we're here to help you stay ahead of the game. Visit nebat.com to learn more.
You've dreamt of the kind of home you want to live in for years. Now is the time to turn that dream into a reality. Quest Interiors has you covered with flooring, cabinetry, and countertops all in one place. From kitchens and bathrooms to family and bedrooms, bring your vision to life with professional installation. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
Welcome back here on Radio Plus Video Sports and Jeff's live streams. Just about ready to get underway. Caleb, your final thoughts before we get ready to go?
Yeah, this one I think is, again, going to be a fun contest here for both of these teams, but it's also going to be very physical. Obviously, I think both of these teams know each other very well, probably grew up playing with each other, right? So this one is going to be a fun contest, but it's also going to be physical. You're going to have students involved, fans involved. Overall, it's going to be a high-energy atmosphere.
Right Way Home Improvement opening face-off. From doors and gutters to roofs and siding, Right Way Home Improvement has you covered. Contact Right Way Home Improvement for your free estimate. Call 920-929-899. Or visit rightwaybuilt.com. Ledgers coming up to the line. It'll be Baker to take the draw against Umentum. That's Peyton Umentum, and he wins it back. Mason Freese in his own zone. Freese spins and goes up the wall to Maddox King. King has to chip it in the neutral zone. Peyton Umentum brings it up the right wing wall with speed. Umentum enters the zone down the right wing. Tries to go around. Flood cannot. Flood shields him off behind the net. Cycle play down for Maddox King. King with a pass up top. Freese will walk the line and shoot. Blocked in front. Portergala got a skate on it. Umentum gets pinned up against the wall by Flood. Baker tries to take it away from Cade Umentum. He brings it back up top. Pass in the middle of the slot. Umentum walks down Broadway. Poked off his stick by Ty Wagner. Cade Umentum fires a shot blocked in front. Tate Baker will bring it up. Lost it at his feet, and he brings it out. Baker chips and dumps. They'll go for a change 45 seconds into this one. Chipped up for Cooper Sobel. Sobel down the left wing wall. Sobel gets bumped off the puck, but runs over Jackson Sobel. Wagner chips it back into the corner. Jackson Sobel rims it all the way around. Blankenheim tries to get there. He'll chip it in the neutral zone. Blankenheim with speed. Blankenheim, he's coming in all alone. Blankenheim down the left wing, lost the puck. Blankenheim gets knocked down. It's picked up by Baron Bolka. Bolka loses it in his own zone. Obernader chips into the neutral zone. Jackson Sobel will try to win the race. It's picked up by Parker Zabel, but Sobel steals and rims it around. Bolka goes down, back to Jackson Sobel. Sobel, Heath Brown with it on the wall. Brown with the cross-ice pass, hits a man in stride. Here comes Bolka. Bolka shoots and scores! Baron Bolka! And it's 1-0. Just like that on the Question the Legends score.
Just like that. I mean, really great lead pass there. And way to finish, right? I mean, that's a good shot. You got a mini breakaway there and beat Gamble cleanly on the glove side.
Just a minute and 40 seconds in. The freshman Baron Bolka makes it 1-0.
What a start for the freshman, huh? That's a way to get into your first Sturgeon Cup game and you score right away.
Should be him from Jackson Sobel and Heath Brown.
Might have been his first goal in the season. I see the referee getting a new puck.
Puck is dropped and it's won back by Fondy. They'll send out the top line once again. Maddox King will dump. We'll give the assist to Stelmacher and Jackson Sobel, and we're going to get our first penalty of the game. It's going to go on Jackson Sobel. It's going to be a hold. The 15:02 mark.
Yeah, I didn't quite see that one fully, but I know there was some contact there behind the net. There to get Sobel the 2-minute penalty. Early power play here for Fond du Lac. Can they respond?
Bonnie's power play has been good this year so far. First quarter of this game brought to you by Wisconsin Lighting Lab. Did a great job in this rink. High school sports today on Radio Plus Info.com is presented by these 5 Edward Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Matt Helmer, Jeff Willis, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Elistad. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
I think they're figuring out how to put the time up on the clock for the penalty.
Struggling with that a little bit.
Now they reset the whole game clock as well.
To 20 minutes, so we got a whole bunch, a little bit of a break here. We'll see if they get everything figured out. They got the penalty up there now on Jackson Sobel. He got some secondary assist on that one with Will Stelmacher on a beautiful move by Bolka. Baron Bolka went right over the glove of Collin Gamble. Tough one for Collin Gamble. The first shot of the game you see is a breakaway.
Yeah, the first one you see, again, breakaway. Tough to start a rivalry game that way, on a breakaway like that. And a good shot. Just beat him cleanly on the glove side.
All right, they got everything ready to go now. Maddox King will take the draw against Tate Baker. Baker wins it. Umentum. Umentum picks it up and will bring it around the backside of the net of Caden Rodman. Pass stolen. Ty Wagner with speed through the middle of the ice. Wagner slicing through the defense. Makes a move. Falls down, and he'll just knock it into the corner. Wagner spins away from the would-be check of Eli Czar. Maddox King will get to it in his own zone. Wagner bumps him off the puck. It goes back to Obernader. Obernader with 1:35 to go in the power play gives it up. Caden Umentum cross ice to Eli Czar. Czar slows things down and spins back up top. Czar, not about it. Spins it back. Obernader can't hold on to the pass now. Puck comes into the neutral zone. Baker gives chase with speed, forcing Obernader around his own cage. Obernader drops it back for Eli Czar. Nice bump off by Baker. Czar with the cross-ice pass finds Caden Umentum. Umentum sets up the power play breakout and will rim it all the way around. Big hit by Baker. Umentum's helmet comes off. The whistle goes.
Yeah, and you can just hear the student sections. I couldn't even hear the whistle, to be honest with you, when the referee blew it dead there.
Almost missed the clock. Ran for about 7 seconds after that. It was not seen, but it's all right. Umentum was hit hard by Tate Baker.
He was, yeah, and I see why his helmet would come off there, look a little loose.
It's a style thing, Caleb. Come on.
Definitely, I 100% agree.
1-0 in Reeds on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Ledgers win the draw on the penalty kill and fired all the way down. Waiter behind his own net for Freese. Mason Freese cross-ice pass to Cooper Sobel. Can't handle it. Picked up by Porter Gala. Gala cuts through the middle of the ice. Gala walks in, shoots over top of the net. Short-handed chance for Porter Gala. Parker Zabel brings it up. Zabel through the neutral zone, drops it back for Cooper Sobel. Just 27 seconds to go on the power play. Waiter shoots, tipped in front, goes off of Rotman and wide. Along the wall they battle and it's dumped out. Good play from B.J. Bolka. Brady Wayner drops it up the wall for Mason Priest. Priest with a cross-ice pass. Sobel cuts through a 3-on-2 rush if they hurry. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Shot, Sobel with a shot. Patted away. Zabel behind the net. Drops it for Sobel. Penalty is over. The Ledgers have killed it off. Lonnie trying to get some momentum off that power play. Pass in the middle of the ice, stolen by Jackson Sobel, who came out of the box. Sobel brings it up the right wing, gets bumped off the puck. It comes into the neutral zone. Nick Obernader, the assistant captain, down the right wing, and a 1-on-3. Obernader shoots, blocked by Heath Brown. Here comes Preston Flood. Backhand pass in the middle of the ice, stolen away by Max Tennyson. Tennyson gets hammered in the middle of the ice by Jackson Sobel. Will Stelmacher in his own zone. Rims it around on the far side boards. Chip pass. Hits his man in stride. Can't get it all the way out. Was Jude Ford. Heath Brown cuts away from the pressure. Brown brings it up all by himself. Looking for some help. A throw a cross-ice pass for Stelmacher. Couldn't hold on to it. Tate Baker makes a move. Baker has it on his forehand. Walks down the left wing wall. Fans on it. Max Tennyson steals it. Tennyson with a cross-ice pass. Goes off the boards. It'll be picked up by Mason King. King gets it through to Caden Umentum down the left wing wall. Umentum shoots over top of the net. Dumped back in deep. It'll come all the way around to Will Stelmacher. Maddox King pressures him and he drops it back to Jackson Sobel. Sobel up the near side wall. Trying to get the puck to Heath Brown. Could not. Good forecheck from the Cards. They rim it all the way around. Wagner goes to Stelmacher. Stelmacher gets bumped off the puck. Baker tries to chip it in the neutral zone. Good pressure from Umentum. Cross-ice pass, Preston Flood. And a 1-on-1. Flood walks in, shoots. Nice play by Gamble. Holds it up against his body.
Yeah, that's one of those where you're just trying to get the puck on net, right? You're not scared to get a whistle for the Ledgers there. And Gamble just feeling that one out, making that save, and able to control it and really get the whistle there. So Fond du Lac's able to reset here in their defensive zone.
Good job by Gamble to come out and challenging that. Bonnie wins the draw back to Mason Priest. Maddox King along the wall, gets it poked off his stick. Comes in the middle of the ice to the goal scorer. Baron Bolka goes up top to Ty Wagner. Nice move, has it poked off his stick by Umentum. Wagner keeps it in the zone and dumps it back in deep. Mason Priest will pick it up just on the far side of his own net. Backhand pass, stolen in the middle of the ice by Blankenheim. Loose in front, it's tapped away. Baron Bolka's got it. 2 freshmen on this line, and Baron Bolka. Freshman, sophomore, and a junior on this line. Bolka, Jaden Bastian, and Logan Blankenheim. A young line for this Ledger team. Wagner keeps it in at the line. They're going to say it's offsides. Freese goes to Maddox King. King, pass in the middle of the ice, finds Killian Murphy. Murphy loses it to Jaden Bastian. Bastian cuts around the outside with speed. Bastian winds it up and comes in through the neutral zone, dumps it behind the net. A gamble, it comes out in front, and he covers.
Yeah, surprised kind of the referee let him hold on to that one because there was only 2 Ledgers in the zone there. They're both going off for a change right at the end, but Gamble hangs on, gets the whistle. Fond du Lac resets, springs out there with a wholesale line change.
We talk about the boards here. What we don't mention is how lively they are. Pass out front, pass blocked by Cooper Sobel. Nice hit by Stelmacher. Murphy brings it up with speed. Murphy dumps it behind the net. Another lively board action goes off the back of the cage. Sobel runs over a man again. Jackson Sobel has been physical all night to start. Tate Baker with a nice move. Obernaber rubs him off the puck. Parker Zabel picks it up in his own zone. Zabel dumps it behind the net. Pinching in from the point is Heath Brown. Brown keeps it in. Wainer steals from him. Cooper Sobel at the cross-ice pass. Poked away by Jackson Sobel, and he'll try to get it back into the zone. He's all alone. Just kind of kicks it back in. Puck comes into the neutral zone. Jaden Bastian goes back to Preston Flood. Flood fans on the pass. Sobel can't get it through him. You're just joining us. The Ledgers lead 1-0 on a Baron Bolka goal. Assisted by Stelmacher and Jackson Sobel. Big hit from Blankenheim in the corner. Knocked off the puck by Heath Brown. Comes back to Blankenheim. Blankenheim down the left wing wall. Blankenheim shoots into the chest. And a long-range shot from Collien Gamble, the easiest one he's seen so far.
Yeah, you can kind of see what the Ledgers are trying to do here. They're trying to get a ton of shots on goal. Basically, anytime they enter the zone or even get a little bit set up in front of the top of the circles there, they're firing the puck on net, trying to get a rebound and force Gamble to give one up.
Draw one back by Jaden Bastian. Dumped back in deep for Blankenheim. Backhand pass in the middle of the ice. Finds Tyg Wagner. Dumps a high backhander in the corner. Bastian goes up the wall to Blankenheim. Blankenheim walks the goal line. It's pinned up by Max Tennyson. Mason Freese trying to pull it out of there. 2-on-2 on each side. He gets it out to Eli Czar. Czar throws it up the middle of the ice. Heath Brown is there. He dumps it back in deep. Baron Bolka gives chase on Mason Freese. Freese tries to spin away from the pressure. Bolka pins the puck up against the wall. Gets some help, and he gets knocked down. Wagner with a nice move. Wagner cuts in. Poked off by Freese. Chip pass too strong for everybody. There's a race for it, though. Mason King with speed. Poked off his stick by Preston Flood. Didn't get a clean shot off. Pass goes up to Tyg Wagner. Backhander into the neutral zone. Obernader will reset and regroup. Hinge play to Eli Czar. Czar with a move around Flood. Cuts in the middle of the ice and hits a high flip into the zone. Wagner will pick it up in his corner. Wagner chips it up the wall for Stelmacher. And it bounces on him, but gets it back and drops it back down for Tyg Wagner. Wagner back to Flood. Flood rims it for Heath Brown. Brown with a move. Stolen. Pass in front. Umentum's got it. Peyton Umentum on the backhand. Fires it wide. Nice pass from Caden Umentum to find Peyton in the middle of the slot. Chipped into the neutral zone. Baker gets a nice kick to himself. Tries to get around Obernader. He does. Comes in the left wing wall. Shoots it over top of the cage. Jackson Sobel picks it up in the neutral zone. Drops it back too far for everybody. Heath Brown tries to throw it all the way around. Maddox King will be the first one to win the race for the Cardinals. Goes up to Obernader. Obernader tries to fire it through Jackson Sobel. Cannot. Loses his stick. It's picked up by Blankenheim. Blankenheim with a backhander. Tries to chip it to himself. Shielded off well by Peyton Umentum. King gets knocked down by Jaden Bastian. Chips it into the zone, though. In his own zone comes Baron Bolka with speed. Baron Bolka will bring it up the left wing wall. Bolka gets the red and dumps. And he gets hammered by Killian Murphy. This game has been everything we said it was and more in physicality so far. Obernader with a rush, and he'll bring it in slowly. Cuts into the middle of the ice. Obernader shoots. Pad save. Loose in front. Tapped. What a stop from Caden Rotman.
Yeah, gave up the initial rebound on the shot, but then he's able to stick out his glove and say no on the rebound. Good pressure there from the Cardinals. You know, they're shooting that first shot for the rebound. Rotman gives it up, but Fond du Lac not able to stuff that one past him.
Nice glove save by Caden Rotman. Bonnie will send their top line out. Against the Ledgers top line, there'll be a lot of line matching tonight. Puck is dropped and won by Baker to Sobel. Gives it to Tyg Wagner as it goes through his legs, and Stelmacher drops it back for him, but it goes all the way around to Sobel. Poked away by Maddox King, but Sobel shields him off. Sobel rims it back down for Tyg Wagner. Just about 7 minutes to go in this first period. Cross-ice pass to Preston Flood. Flood with a chip pass. Tate Baker with speed. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Baker loses it in the slot. Gets it back to Wagner. Chips it wide. Wagner. Flood dumps it back in deep. Umentum with a pass to Czar. Goes through his stick, and it'll come to Caden Umentum. Chips into the neutral zone. Gets it through Stelmacher. Can't get it through Tyg Wagner. Wagner brings it in with speed in a 1-on-2. Wagner to the backhand. Spins away and waits for some help. He'll dump it back into the backhand. Smart play by Tyg Wagner to go for the change. Jaden Bastian tries to steal with the forecheck with Preston Flood. He does. Bastian looks around. Comes up the wall and gives it up top to Heath Brown. Brown with a shot. Easy stick save for Collien Gamble. Czar in his own zone with a cross-ice pass to Maddox King on the tape. King gets bumped off the puck, gets it in deep. Mason King gives chase. Stolen by Baron Bolka. Goes up the wall. Poked away from Max Tennyson by Jackson Sobel. Comes all the way down to Heath Brown. Brown's got it. Battle for with Mason Kinks. Brought out front. Chipped off the blocker of Caden Rotman. Comes into the neutral zone to Blankenheim. Blankenheim chips around Obernader. Blankenheim with speed. Backhand pass off a Gamble. Looks like he fooled him a little bit there. Looking for Archer Weber originally on that last shot from Bonnie on a short angle. Watch that. It is looked like a little bit of a struggle on Caden Rotman's part to find his post there, Caleb.
Yeah, that's a tough little play behind the net, especially if you're not tight against the post. You can get beat kind of behind the goal line, around that goal line.
First time we see this third line of BJ Boca, Portagala, and Alex Simchek for the Ledgers. Pass coming out front, loose in front. Sobel couldn't get it through everybody. Boca throws it up the middle of the ice looking for Simchek. Can't hold on to it. Czar. Nice move and another nice move. Czar chips it up the wall and finds Zabel. Zabel gets bumped off the puck by another physical play from Heath Brown. Killian Murphy tries to win the race, but Preston Flood is there first. Flood goes through the contact and the hand pass in his own zone. No whistle. Brown goes up the wall. Too strong for BJ Boca. It will be an ice.
Slow things up here.
I think that's the first icing we've had. There's not been many whistles in this first period.
There really hasn't. It's been pretty clean play overall. I mean, we've only seen one penalty so far as well. Obviously, the one goal earlier, about 2 minutes into the game. Other than that, it's been just a lot of physicality, really.
4:43 to go in the first on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Ledgers lead by 1. Fired wide by Maddox King in the set face-off play. Tyke Wagner in his own zone along the wall. Chips it up for Tate Baker. Can't get it through momentum. It's thrown back into the neutral zone by Stellmacher, but no whistle is played by a Cardinal. Czar with a chip pass. Too strong for everybody, but Jackson Sobel gets there and rims it behind the net for Tyke Wagner. Wagner back behind his net to Jackson Sobel with a quick up on the wing. Flood goes up the wall to Sobel, chipped into the neutral zone, too strong for Stellmacher. It's picked up by Czar in his own zone, just about 4 minutes to go in the first period. Maddox King throws it cross ice. Mason Freese will get there. Freese with a cross ice pass off of Flood, picked up by Jackson Sobel. He brings it in with speed. They blow the whistle. Flood was not back in time. Right call.
Really good anticipation there to jump that one. And if that wasn't offside, I mean, you'd had a nice little rush there and would have been able to get a shot off on goal.
It was probably the right call. He was just about a half a second early.
Yep, it was a good call. It was close. Again, one of those bang-bang offsides calls.
Jade Bastian loses the draw to Max Tennyson. Brady Wayner brings it up with speed down the left wing wall. Wayner fires a shot into Heath Brown. They're going to get an offsides call. They got to change. Max Tennyson not paying attention, trying to get everybody back. Baron Bolka with a chip pass, and they blow the whistle.
They did.
They must say that they never got back on sides.
Yep, it must have been. It must have hit off his stick.
Bonnie will send out that second line of Cooper Sobel, Parker Zabel, and Killian Murphy against the Ledger's second line of Blankenheim, Bolka, and Jaden Bastian.
Face off to the right of Gamble here in the Fond du Lac defensive zone.
Bastian wins the draw right on net. It is covered by Colin Gamble.
You can kind of tell, too, Fond du Lac's defensive strategy is covering the puck and getting as many whistles as they can here.
And they'll cover it again.
Just like that.
back.
Anything that's coming on net, he's been trying to get a handle on and cover and get that whistle.
It's an easy one. I mean, I understand it.
Yep, definitely.
Draw one back to Blankenheim. Nice move. Cuts through. Chipped in front. Bastian couldn't get a hold of it. Boca tries to get it back in deep. He can. He picks it up into the neutral zone and gives it to Tyke Wagner. Wagner brings it in with speed. Wagner on the backhand. Cuts in the middle of the ice. Tries to slip one through the skates of Obernader. Good play by Obernader to keep it alive. Killian Murphy chips into the neutral zone. Heath Brown is there. 3:10 to go in the first. Baron Boca chips it on the backhand. Too strong. Obernader gives it to Zabel. Zabel with a nice move into the middle of the ice. It goes right to Tyke Wagner. Wagner with a backhand pass. Nice pass to Blankenheim. Blankenheim on the pass in the middle of the ice. Nobody there. Cardinals doing a great job of back-checking through the middle and taking away lanes for the Ledgers. Heath Brown with a cross-ice pass finds Baron Bolka. Bolka's trying to spin away from pressure. He does. Cooper Sobel bumped him. Heath Brown with speed through the middle of the ice. Brown walks in on the backhand, moves it to his forehand, shoots it just wide of Collien Gamble. Chipped into the neutral zone. The Ledgers will reset and go for a change. Jackson Sobel will pick it up and bring it up with speed. Sobel through the middle of the ice, looks around and drops for Tate Baker. Baker with a pass to Preston Flood. Flood couldn't handle it cleanly, but gets it back down for Baker. Stolen by Maddox King and a nice play from Eli Czar to poke it away. Baker with a good back check and steals and dumps. Flood will be the first one there and work on Czar. Czar spins away from him, goes quickly up the wall. Nice breakout. Stellmacher dumps it back in deep. A high one off the glass. Now under 2 minutes to go in the first. After that goal, there really hasn't been a ton of quality chances yet. Jackson Sobel through the middle of the ice. Sobel shoots, pad save by Gamble. What a shot. Sobel loses it to Obernader. Obernader up the wall to Caden Umentum. Kept it at the line by Stellmacher. Fired just wide of Collien Gamble off the back of the net. Quick up to Maddox King. Ledgers in the mix of a change. King down the right wing wall. Spins away from Ty Wagner. Gets pinned up against the wall. Battle right at about the blue line. Umentum joins him and he dumps it in deep. Blankenheim wins the race and drops it back for Jackson Sobel. Sobel quickly up to Baron Boca. Too strong, and that's going to be too many men. There is way too many men.
Too many men on the ice there. Yeah, that's one that hurts. This is a tough penalty to get here with, minute 14 left in the first period. You're hoping to get out of that period, at a 1-0 game. And now Fond du Lac's going to go to the box for too many men on the ice.
And it wasn't that, you can change guys like that, but he touched the puck. You don't
Right.
touch the puck there in that situation. They're never going to blow that whistle, but he touched the puck.
You just got to let that puck go. For sure. The officials were all over it.
They'll send Cooper Sobel to serve. So 1:14 to go in this period. Ledgers unit of Baker, Stellmacher, Wagner, Flood, and Brown will come out. Draw one back by Baker. Flood, cross-size pass. Brown walks in, shoots just wide and into the glove. Looking for that tip on the far side of Stellmacher. Nice stop by Gamble and way to hold on.
Definitely, yeah. It's a good shot on goal and a good save there. That's a puck that's a couple inches off the ice. You're almost looking for a rebound tip, like you said, and Gamble able to stick the glove out and just snare that one.
Baker will take the draw once again against Zabel. He wins this one back again. Brown slows things down, gives it to Wagner. He walks the line, back to Brown. Brown on the left wing, back up top to Wagner, and now over to Flood on the right wing. They'll go back to Wagner. They like to get these two really involved and in motion. Wagner walks in, spins away from the pressure and goes back up top. 50 seconds to go in the period. Drops it down for Stellmacher. Stellmacher looks back up top to Wagner. Wagner to Brown. One-timer blocked in front by Obernader. Kept in by Brown. Fires it over for Wagner. Wagner shoots into the chest of Czar. Loose in front. They battle for it. They whack it around. It goes just wide. Pass in front. Brown off the blocker. Nice pass from Baker. 29 seconds to go in the period. Back up top to Wagner. This is going to be a 5-on-3.
You're going to get him for a cross check in front of the net there. I think that's Czar.
They're going to go on Eli Czar. It doesn't happen often that they call that in the battle in front of the net. Now 5-on-3. There's 3.4 seconds left in the period. The 5-on-3 may not matter that much right now, but at some point it will.
Definitely. And there was just a lot of chaos going on, a ton of pressure by the Ledgers. I think that's kind of really what forced that Fond du Lac penalty, is a little bit out of frustration.
They will try to win the draw cleanly. Got stacked up on the right side just with Wagner now and Flood. Most likely, my guess is they'll try to win this one to Wagner and give it to Flood in the back and get him a chance to shoot. 3.4 seconds is a lot of time.
It is, and there's enough time here to get a shot off.
Up top, fires a shot, scores! We talked about it. Preston Flood. They go back to Wagner. He fires it right to Flood, and he rips it into the top corner. And the Ledgers lead 2-0.
Exactly what we talked about there. 3.4 seconds is definitely enough time, and you win that draw so cleanly, and it just goes perfect.
Let's see if they wave this off, because they're saying something. There was 0.5 seconds left on the clock when that was scored.
I would agree with you. Looking at the clock, there was definitely enough time on that one.
We will see what the official call goes.
This is one of those calls where I think it's going to be really tough to overturn. once you already called this one a goal, right? They're not putting it up on the scoreboard, so I guess we'll see.
We will see. It's a power play goal. We will see what the official. Waiting to hear something. You see Ryan Saracen.
I heard the announcer say the Ledgers are leading 2-0, but he didn't say who scored or anything like that.
Well, we'll take a quick break and we'll give you an explanation after that on Radio Plus, Video Sports, and Jeff's Live.
For nearly 50 years, Pinot Buildings has created the highest quality post-frame buildings. Headquartered in Rosendale, Wisconsin, we proudly serve the Badger State and Illinois. We deliver unparalleled craftsmanship and quality with all the warmth and care you'd expect from a small-town family business. Whether you're planning a large commercial or agricultural project, a barn-dominium, or a smaller personal shop or structure, Pinot Buildings are built for you and designed to last. Connect with us to get started.
Walk right in. That's the laid-back feeling you have when you work with the Roush Insurance Agency in Fond du Lac. Their agents are dedicated to putting your mind at ease when you make your insurance decisions. They live, work, and play here, and will make sure that they are there at the time of need for their clients and families. Visit RoushINS.com for more information or walk right in. 770 South Main Street in Fond du Lac. The Roush Insurance Agency, your hometown insurance team for over 30 years.
Tired of pushy sales tactics? Welcome to Schaefer Auto, where they make buying a vehicle simple, safe, and satisfying. You'll find a sweet selection of pre-owned vehicles for every budget. Each is inspected and backed by a warranty option of your choice. Financing isn't a problem. Get approved online and drive home with confidence. Schaefer Auto has the right ride for you. Visit the lot at 404 Shaler Drive in Waupun and online at schaefer-auto.com. Schaefer Auto, no gimmicks, no pressure, no worries.
It's more than just a job. It truly is a family. They value you, great pay, great benefits. They definitely care about setting people up for success in their retirement years. I don't see a reason to want to leave.
Hey, Devontae.
Let me get a Cantina chicken burrito and a bowl with that seasoned, slow-roasted chicken I like, please.
You have a golf course in your house?
I got a Taco Bell in my house, bro.
Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, there it is.
Cheaters don't get chicken.
Huh?
Cheaters get no chicken.
I won't give him any.
Looking for a...
Again,
Welcome back here on Radio Plus Video Sports and Jeff's live streams. Sorry, Gil, but there's 0.1 second left in the period, so they have to technically drop the puck. It will be a goal, but they're waiting for another Ledger to have 5 guys on the ice to drop this one.
Yeah, and this is one of those where the game kind of gets out of hand, right? I mean, the linesman was telling the Ledger's team that to get off the ice, so they did, and now the Fond du Lac Cardinals stayed out on the bench the whole time, and now they're saying there's a point. Although the Fond du Lac, or neither team, albeit, could score with this much time left. And now they're probably going to delay a game.
They're going to get a penalty for this, and that's an interesting call.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out. Hopefully they announce it. What all happened here?
Well, we're going to take a break again. We'll be back and get this all wrapped up.
Reliable roofing contractor? Witt Services has got you covered. With 5 years of experience, they specialize in everything from roof repairs to full replacements. Their team is dedicated to quality workmanship and customer satisfaction. Plus, they offer free estimates, so you know exactly what to expect. Whether it's a leaky roof or a complete overhaul, Witt Services is the go-to choice for all roofing needs. Don't wait. Reach out today.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, we're honored to have been voted by you to be the best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the best in bedding comfort, technology, and support to the Waupun area.
We've partnered with top brands like Tempur-Pedic, Puffy, Scott Living, Sealy, and Nectar to offer you the ultimate sleep experience.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Come shop at Verhaeg's.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
Trust AirTech Heating with all your home comfort needs. AirTech Heating, doing whatever it takes.
Okay, let's start with some clouds, some mountains over there, and finally a river. Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with the Travel Peace of Mind package.
American Family Insurance.
Visit Brad Tagle Petra today in Fond du Lac or Ripon.
Dedication, training, giving 100%. Back in Action proudly supports high school athletes on and off the field. From physical and occupational therapy, pre- and post-orthopedic surgery, to work and sports injuries. The staff at Back in Action is trained and dedicated to you and your recovery. Your personal care plan starts with a visit to Back in Action in Fond du Lac, Kewaskum, Mayville, and New Holstein. Back in Action, getting you back in the game. BackinActionRehab.com.
Bob's Pizza now has its very own dine-in restaurant. Enjoy a family-friendly atmosphere with a cozy dining room, large game room, beautiful full bar, and even coffee next door from Just Love Coffee. With our expanded menu, your party will have no trouble satisfying the whole family. Delicious, legendary pizza for a legendary city. Bob's Pizza on the Avenue.
From our initial consultation to the final closing, I'm with you every step of the way, ensuring a smooth and seamless home selling experience. My goal is to make the home selling process smooth and worry-free. For a smooth and successful sale, contact Brock Fleischer at 920-960-0555 or visit WeSellWisco.com.
At Bernhardt Plumbing, true craftsmen are who we are. Providing customer satisfaction is what we do.
For new construction or remodeling projects, we cover the full spectrum of plumbing design, installation, and code compliance. Bernhardt Plumbing does it right down to the smallest detail.
Our experience with Bernhardt Plumbing has been absolutely fabulous. They are reliable, dependable, trustworthy, and professional.
Since 1954, a legacy of service, quality, and customer satisfaction.
For over 120 years, Bristol Morgan Bank has served central Wisconsin communities. We're still here, not just as your financial partner, but as a community partner. Communities change over time. They grow, your business grows, your family priorities change. This is why, over the years, we've adapted to the needs of our customers, offering digital tools for convenience, scheduling in-person appointments where and when it works for you, designing products to impact your financial future, because that's what community banks do.
Got pain? See Shane. Dr. Shane Bauer at Bauer Chiropractic. Dr. Bauer can help relieve pain in arthritic knees, reduce and relieve pain from degenerative and herniated lumbar discs in your back. Dr. Bauer's laser treatment relieves pain and inflammation. Works like cortisone without the side effects. Dr. Bauer also offers custom orthotics for proper back posture. Since 1998, this area has trusted the team at Bauer Chiropractic. So if you've got pain, see Shane at Bauer Chiropractic.
Coal Oil and Propane is committed to establishing and upholding lasting relationships with our respected customers. We pledge to provide exceptional and reliable service, exceeding your expectations, and are dedicated to continuous improvement, embracing and driving change to better serve you. Whether you need service for residential, commercial, or agricultural, Coal Oil and Propane has you covered. Our goals are simple: great products, competitive pricing, and reliable service. Contact Coal Oil and Propane for all your fuel and lubricant needs. Trust Coal Oil and Propane.
This is Craig Larson, sales manager with locally owned Dufresne Moving and Storage. Moving is very important to me, and I take pride in making sure our clients are happy with their overall experience at a reasonable cost and done in a high quality manner. We have a crew that is dedicated on taking care of your stuff. Call me today for an estimate at 1-800-425-MOVE or visit us at DufresneMoving.com. Dufresne Moving and Storage of Fond du Lac. Making your move and storage of goods simple.
Ergo Bank, we know there's a deposit account to fit your unique needs. Whether you want to earn interest on your balance, or perhaps enjoy cashback rewards, or maybe grow your money over time, Ergo Bank makes it real easy. From savings and checking accounts to savings accounts and, of course, CDs. We can do it all while offering flexible options and convenient access for a banking experience that's built just for you. Ergo Bank, better banking by design. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Early withdrawal penalties may apply.
Gas prices, home expenses, education. Will those costs always go up? Probably. At Winnebago Lutheran Academy, we can help you with one of them. We are a part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, a program which enables qualifying families to receive a quality Christian education at no cost. That's right, zero tuition if you qualify. To learn more, visit WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever.
When you hire the attorneys with the Everson Law Office, you're getting more than professional presentation. The attorneys at Everson Law Office are committed to excellence and have been successfully representing their clients since 2005. Practicing business law, estate planning, probate, guardianships, and real estate, they work closely with their clients, providing exceptional legal services that are catered specifically to their needs. Call attorney William Everson at 920-922-7113 or go to everson-law.com.
People have a reluctance to go see the dentist. It's an easy thing to put off or avoid altogether. But one visit to the caring professionals at Fondy Family Dental will change the way you think about the dentist. They provide quality family dental services to all ages in a happy, honest, and efficient manner that teaches and involves you on your custom plan. If you don't have insurance, ask about their new membership plan that can save you money. Call or schedule online today at fondyfamilydental.com.
Happy fall, y'all. Hi, this is Jackie with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, Marquette, and Green Lake counties. Fall is a time for a whole home duct and dryer vent clean. We'll take care of what can't be seen. Removing dust? For us, that's a must. And a reminder, get on a furnace maintenance plan now so your home is clean and cozy this fall and winter. We are your home for the Coleman Equipment brand. Call 920-763-2301, providing your comfort zone for all seasons.
Hey, it's Bucky. If you're lucky, we'll be faster than a Derby from Kentucky.
Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair is ready for your next project, so be sure to talk to Dave and his experienced staff. You know, from air compressors to chainsaws, excavators, lifts, tools, saws, and so much more. Now, do you have your snowblower tuned up and ready for the upcoming winter season? Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair can do it. Check out their expanded rental lineup, too. Mention the words Radio Rental to get a 10% discount on your next rental. You can find them on Ford Drive on the west side of Fond du Lac.
Fond du Lac Equipment Rental and Repair is a proud Echo and Cub Cadet dealer.
Life is full of milestones, big and small. At Fond du Lac Credit Union, we're proud to be a part of your journey. From landing your first job to moving into your dream home, starting a family, or planning for what's next, we make the money part easy so you can focus on what matters most. Whatever stage you're in, we're right there with you. Fond du Lac Credit Union, here for life and every stage along the way. For more information, visit fdlcu.com or stop in today.
Welcome back to the Holiday Automotive Intermission Report, brought to you by Holiday Automotive. Worth the trip. Caleb, first of all, before we talk stats and everything like that, what a period it was. It was physical. We talked about the physicality in this game, not getting too high, too low, but both teams at moments had their physicality.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams had their physicality, like you said, and it was really honestly a back and forth game. I guess you can see the shots right now say 9-3, and I would agree with that. Ledger's have kind of dominated in that respect, but both teams are being physical. As far as penalties go, there really wasn't a ton of action in the box until towards the end of the period.
Yeah, and speaking of penalties, so at the end of the period, there was that cross-checking penalty that was taken by Czar. The Ledgers did get the goal. They said there was 0.1 second left in the clock, but nobody was left on the ice for the Ledgers. They got off the ice, so they got a delay of game penalty that will be served by Porter Gala.
Yeah.
What an interesting way to.
It was an interesting sequence of events, really, and I don't blame the Ledgers because again the linesman was directing them off the ice just because again there was so much chaos going on. No one really knew what happened. Linesman I think thought that the period was over, so he's saying get out of here because it's just one of those situations where if you leave the teams on the ice, things could get out of hand, right? So it's a tough situation. And at the end of the day, they gave the Ledgers a penalty for it.
We're going to go through the goals just a minute, 40 seconds into the first period. Goal scored by number 13, Baron Bolka, assisted by Will Stelmacher and Jackson Sobel. And then almost, 15 minutes of elapsed time later at the 16:59 point, whatever you want to say, 0.9 mark. Goal scored by Preston Flood, assisted Ty Wagner and Tate Baker. We had talked about what exactly was going to happen on that face-off, and that's exactly what happened, Caleb.
And it did, right, exactly. Anytime you see around that, I think it was 3.4 seconds on that clock. Anything over really 3, you definitely have a chance to get off a clean play, and that's exactly what they did. They gave it over the half wall, back up to the defenseman, and get that clean shot on goal.
And Gamble didn't really have much of a chance. It was good screens in front of the net by the Ledgers. You had Stelmacher out in front as well as Baker. Not much of a lane. I mean, eyes were taken away as a goaltender. In those last second situations, there's so much chaos going on, Caleb, that you really can't lose focus. It was just a good shot from the point from Flood.
Yeah, it's tough. And both teams, well, as they should, just pack the front of the net, right? Get as much traffic in front as you can. If it hits someone, it hits someone. But anything you can do to get traffic in front, take away the goalie's eyes, and just get a shot on net.
Gamble goes 7-9 in the first period, and Caden Rotman 3 of 3. The 3 of 3 for Rotman, though, there were 3 more difficult saves than I would say that of the 9 that Gamble saved or saw, the 7 he stopped. I don't think there was a ton that were, other than the 2 goals, that were extremely quality chances, Caleb.
Yeah, not a ton. And you can see what the Ledgers are trying to do. They're trying to get shots on goal. They're trying to create those opportunities that aren't necessarily there right away. So they're entering the zone and getting a shot on net, looking for a rebound. Gamble's done a nice job of really controlling those rebounds and covering up as much as he can to try to slow things down.
That's one thing that we can say. It was a very fast-paced first period. Not a ton of whistles, only the one icing the entire time, which is an absolute rarity in high school hockey. But penalties goes as followed in that one. Minute 58 seconds in, Jackson Sabo went off for a hold for the Ledgers. Then Ledgers killed that one off at the 14:44 mark. A too-many-men penalty on the Cardinals, served by Cooper Sobel, and that power play was converted by the Ledgers. We'll have 4-on-4 to start this period. That comes from the cross-checking penalty at the 16:56 mark from Eli Czar, and the delay of game penalty at the end of the period by the Ledgers, served by Porter Gala. Caleb, we talk about the speed and physicality of both of these teams, but the neutral zone play in that first period was key because there was a lot of it. Both teams regrouping and dumping, and the forechecks I wouldn't say were fantastic, but most of everything I saw came from defensemen getting the puck north.
Right, and that's what you got to do, especially in games like this, right? You're on the Fond du Lac rink A, right? So there's a lot of room, Olympic-sized sheet. So the defensemen really play a key role in that. And just moving the puck quickly and efficiently up if there's not a lot of space, banking it off the boards, trying to find and spring a guy on a breakaway like the Ledgers did a minute into the game.
Well, that was the Holiday Automotive Intermission Report, brought to you by Holiday Automotive. Worth the trip. One thing you can put down in your notes for this period, the long change on an Olympic-sized sheet is incredible. It is a long ways from your bench, and it's going to be difficult for both teams. They'll both have to deal with it. We'll be back after this on Radio Plus Video Sports and Jeff's live stream.
Add more joy to your holiday season and drive with confidence this winter in a new vehicle from Holiday. Choose GMC Sierra and score rates as low as 0%. Plus beefy trade assist cash on top of our low simplified price while you enjoy our exceptional guest care.
A great vibe, excellent service, and genuine care. That's what you get here.
Come be our guest and go from wish list to reality.
Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
Generations Lanes of El Dorado. Join one of our adult or kids leagues or bowl in our monthly Friday night tournament. Or get a group together for a family or corporate bowling function. We are more than just bowling. A great spot to bring your family for a meal. Awesome homemade pizzas and soups, as well as appetizers, wraps, and sandwiches. Daily food specials. Fish Fry Friday. Open daily at 11 with the kitchen open late. Ask about us catering your next function. We are home to Laconia Bowling and proud supporter of the Laconia Spartans and all student athletes.
Welcome to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse. Here at Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, we are proud to provide South Central Wisconsin with the most beautiful flowers and freshest fruits and vegetables. In the fall, we have many varieties of squash and pumpkins, to just name a few. We are also proud to offer one-of-a-kind gifts like hanging baskets, iron hangers, decorative planters, and concrete statuary. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for more info and pictures. So come on out to Hooksha's Marketing Greenhouse, located on Highway A between Fox Lake and Randolph, and you'll be glad you did.
Welcome to Hoff's Quality Meats and Catering, where every cut starts with tradition and cares for your family. Step inside to a display case filled with fresh, marbled beef and pork, farm-fresh chicken, and vibrant sausages. We are more than a meat market. Check out our catering menu, takeout menus, and even our fish fry. From family dinners to weeknight staples, Hoff's offers friendly service and local artistry you can taste. Visit Hoff's today for quality cuts and weekly specials that make every meal a little more delicious. Or call 920-583-3734 to order from our menu.
I'm Adam Hopper. I'm the fourth generation in the family business. One of my favorite things about working at Hopper's is the passion that everybody shares. It's a super fun work environment, and everybody shows up every day ready to get the jobs done. In order to be successful, you need to be passionate about what you're doing.
I have a vision of just growing Hoppers to be the best that we can be. I was in athletics. Competition brings out the best in you. We love competition. We love to compete, whether it's in the store, on the field, in the arena, you name it. We just try to be the best that we can be for our customers.
Integrity Saw and Tool is a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They wish the best of luck to all local teams this fall and winter. Integrity prides itself on being the fastest producer of high-quality cutting tools and providing the most reliable sharpening service in the industry. If you're looking for a challenging career with excellent benefits and a family atmosphere, contact the team at integritysaw.com. That's integritysaw.com.
Katie's Log Cabin is a great place to stop for lunch or dinner. Grab one of the daily specials or check out the full menu. Katie's Log Cabin specials include Tuesday is pizza, Wednesday is wings, Thursday is a rotating special, Friday and Saturday is fish fry, Saturday is also prime rib, and Sunday is a broasted chicken dinner. Not in the mood for a special? Katie's has you covered with full menu options, appetizers, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. Katie's Log Cabin Restaurant in Oakfield. Life is better at the cabin.
Keller, building trust since 1960.
King Manufacturing. Since 1926, we have been known for our first-class building and canopies. Steel King canopies are a well-known and respected product. We design, fabricate, and contract installation for C-stores, fleets, entryways, restaurants, and more. Steel canopies serve a variety of purposes, including advertising or signage, control access, sheltering an entrance or loading area, support of lighting systems, and weather protection for people, equipment, or outdoor storage. King Manufacturing. From design to completion.
FBS Bank is here to help you achieve your dream of home ownership.
For a limited time, we're offering home loans with just $595 closing costs plus title. Whether you're buying a new home or wanting to refinance, our experienced team is here to assist you. Visit our website at fbsbank.com or give us a call at 1-800-242-7880. Our friendly and experienced team will help guide you through the journey with FBS Bank. FBS Bank, banking made personal.
Hi. Welcome back for the second period. Michael's the sponsor for the next 25% of this game. And we got some more coming at you with some live reads after that. But when you're not watching games on Radio Plus, Jeff's live streams, find the latest scores and top performers from the Flyway Conference by following Flyway Focus on Facebook, Instagram, and X. And stay up to date with the latest conference news every morning with Jordan King on the Flyway Sports Focus Report.
Yeah, another, I guess, local score update. Waupun and Homestead tied 1-1 at the end of the second period over at the Waupun Ice Arena.
Not for the Ledgers that does matter. They are in the same section as Waupun in Division II. Obviously, Fondy in Division I in hockey. But Badgerland, what you don't get out of this game, obviously, with the Sturgeon Cup and everything, what people forget about is this is still a Badgerland game. This matters in conference play. Both teams, one game under 500 in conference play or at 500 in conference play. They like themselves to be at the top of the conference. They got to find a way to string some conference wins together.
Definitely, yeah. Again, like you said, it's a rivalry game, number one, in the same city, right? So that's huge. And then you got the conference game as well, Badgerland implications. And then last year, it would have been playoff implications too, right, for seeding-wise. But this year, the Ledgers are in Division II, the Fond du Lac still in Division I.
Thanks to Sirauer Family Dental for being part of high school sports coverage. Dr. Todd Sirauer is proud to announce the addition of his son, Dr. Brady Sirauer, to their new office on South Main Street. Come visit them and see how the Sirauer family is making you smile generation after generation. Visit Sirauer Dental today. Caleb, the way that first period ended, both teams are going to have emotions high right now. Obviously, Fondy thought the Ledgers didn't score, and now going to be 4-on-4 on this big ice to start. With the long change, you can get caught.
Yeah, for sure. And if you're both of these teams, get your fast guys out there, right? Take advantage of the open ice you're going to have for about 2 minutes here. Go all out, try to pop a goal, especially if you're Fondy. You got to get one here early to stay in this game.
It's about ready to start this period. The Umentum brothers come out with Obernader and Freese on D. Wagner, Flood, Baker, and Jackson Sobel for the Ledgers. And we are underway in the second period with a 2-0 lead on the Quest interior scoreboard for the Ledgers. Dumped in deep by the Ledgers. Obernader will pick it up behind his own cage. He'll go up the wall to Umentum. Stolen by Jackson Sobel. Nice pinch from him. That's a gutsy pinch in 4-on-4 hockey. Sobel bumps Obernader. Baker with a shot from the point. Tipped just wide by Flood. Puck goes around to Obernader. Obernader tries to get it out of the zone and go back behind the net for Freese. Freese gets bumped by Flood. Obernader up the wall to Umentum. Umentum back to Obernader. He's got Peyton on the far side and he hits him. Umentum fires a shot. Pad save by Rotman. You see, that might be a key for Fondy. Get more shots on Caden Rotman. See what he can do with more quality shots, even if they're from the outside, Caleb.
Yeah, I agree. Especially if you can get more shots. See if you can get a couple of rebounds, too, out of it.
Ledgers make a cycle play in their own zone. Baker brings it up with speed and kicks to Ty Wagner on the left wing. Blinker down the middle of the slot. He looks for him, just fires it wide of him. Flood now. Loses the puck. It's kept in at the line by Heath Brown. Brown rims it down for Tate Baker. This line's been out there for a while. Pass goes up top for Brown. He'll bring it into the neutral zone and kill some time. Blankenheim comes out. Brown spins away from pressure. Comes up the right-hand wall. Shoots it into the chest. Loose in front. Gamble holds.
Yeah, that's one of their Gamble struggled with a little bit. Was able to find the rebound after a little bit of chaos almost ensued there. Stayed up the whole time and then had to drop down to the ice to cover that one after it popped out right at his feet.
High school sports today on RadioPlus.com, presented by these 5 Edwards Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Matt Helmer, Jeff Willis, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellison. Edward Jones making sense of investments. Ledgers battling in front of the Fondy student section. Wagner spins out of a check of Wayner. Chipped away by Mason Freese. Freese drops it back for Wayner. Wagner bombs him off the puck. Goes up top to Heath Brown. Brown spins it in deep. Comes all the way down to Jaden Bastian. Bastian's got his stick lifted. Free spins away from the pressure. First power play. 3-second power play for Bondi, and it'll end right here. Out of the box, both guys. We are back to full strength. Czar gets bumped off the puck by Brown. Zabel tries to win the race against Blankenheim. He does. Blankenheim hounds him. Zabel spins away from the pressure. Pass out front intended for Sabel, blocked by Heath Brown. Brown chips it up the wall. Finds Stelmacher, goes back down to Brown. Brown trying to spin away from the pressure. He does. Comes behind his net, goes across ice, pass into the skates of Cooper Sabel. Stelmacher tries to get to it and cannot cleanly. Jackson Sabel will bring it up, cut it into the middle of the ice. Chips it up, stolen by Peyton Umentum. He'll flip a pass for Maddox King. Stelmacher steals. Czar will be the first one of this one. Looks kind of getting whacked around in the neutral zone right now. Not a ton of clean passes going on to start this period. Czar will reset and spin away from Preston Flood. Czar slicing through the neutral zone. Cuts into the middle of the ice. Czar shoots it just wide of Caden Rotman. Tries to chip it out as Baker. It's blocked by Peyton Umentum. Baker gets it back, makes a mover on one man, 2-on-1 rush if he hurries. Baker down the middle of the slot. Baker, good back check from Obernader, fires it off the blocker. Good stop by Colin Gamble. Mason Freese behind his net. Freese goes up the wall. Baker pinches in and he'll keep it alive for the Ledgers. Baker, short side shot blocked by Freese. Maddox King chips it up the wall. Can't get it through Heath Brown, but it goes back to Freese. Freese fires it up for Caden Umentum. Umentum gets over the red, chips it in the middle of the ice. It's stolen by Jackson Sabel. Sabel behind his own net, sets things up and chips a pass up the wall for Baron Volka. Baron Volka with the Ledgers' first goal today on that second line. Chipped on the backhand in deep by Freese. Jackson Sabel wins the race, drops it back up for Heath Brown. It's picked up by Jaden Bastian and a chip pass for Volka. Oh, it hops over his stick, chipped up the wall. Max Tennyson rims it around, looking for Archer Weber. Comes up to the point. Jackson Sabel dumps it back in all the way around. It'll be picked up by Ty Wagner in front of the student section. Goes up to Blankenheim. Cross-ice pass. They will find Wagner, has it hop over his stick. Brady Wayner in his own zone. Rims it around for Czar. Czar lost it for a second, gets it back and chips it up for Umentum. Caden Umentum tries to go through Jackson Sabel. It's dumped in deep by Max Tennyson. Wagner with the backhand pass to Blankenheim on the breakout. Stolen by Max Tennyson. Here comes Jaden Bastian with speed. Bastian cuts all the way across the ice. Bastian lost it. It falls into the corner. Drops it back for Baron Volka, too strong. Good pinch by Wagner. Tennyson goes up the boards for Mason King, too strong. No ice. Got a piece of it. Heath Brown with a reverse play to Ty Wagner. Wagner goes quick up the wall to Baron Volka. Who gets pinned by Wayner, dumped in deep by Archer Weber off the pad of Caden Rotman. Heath Brown fires a pass. He's got Flood. Flood knocks it down with his stick. Nope, they're going to say he didn't get a piece of it.
I was going to say, if he was able to get a piece of that one, that would have helped for sure. That nullify the icing. They're going to talk about this one.
Looks like he got a piece of it with his stick, but we're seeing we had something thrown on the ice, I think.
Huh. That as well, yeah.
And they are going to say he got a piece of it. I believe, actually, originally the pass was tipped by a Fondy player.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, it kind of looked like it. Good they get together and make the correct call.
They will have the face-off at center ice. Zabel brings it in with speed. Tries to drop it to Cooper Sabel. He'll get it back. Parker Zabel on the goal line. Tries to throw a pass out front. Walking in, Killian Murphy blocked in front by Tate Baker.
It's a massive block.
Baker slow to get up. Hobbling his way to the bench. He'll pick up the pass and give it for Wagner. Wagner will bring it with speed. Gets around Cooper Sabel. Comes down the left wing wall. Spins away from everybody. Throws it in the middle of the ice under the stick of Jaden Bastian. Killian Murphy reaches the red and just chips it in. Heath Brown stops behind his net. Spins away from Murphy. Throws a pass in the middle of the ice and hits Flood on the stick. It's a 2-on-2 rush with Jaden Bastian. Flood cuts it in the middle of the ice. Flood walks in, shoots it just wide. Stelmacher keeps it alive. Bastian has his stick lifted. Sabel drops it back for Eli Czar behind his net for the Cardinals. Pass in the middle of the ice for Sabel, goes through his skates. Obernader with a resets it to Czar. Murphy tries to chip it around. Heath Brown cannot. Jaden Baskin gets hammered in the middle of the ice by Nick Obernader. Got caught with his head down. Zabel gets bumped off the puck by Jackson Sobel. Sobel chips it around him. Jackson Sobel with the backhand pass goes off some skates. Blankenheim brings it below the goal line. Blankenheim around the net. Down to Boca. Boca fires a one-timer into the pants of Colin Gamble. Aaron Boca with another good chance. They'll go up top to Heath Brown. He'll shoot it just wide. Loose in front, fired wide again by Blankenheim. 10:15 to go in the second period. On the Quest Interior scoreboard, it leads 2-0 Ledgers. Blankenheim spins away from the pressure from Cooper Sobel. Throws a pass out front, picked off by Zabel. Killian Murphy, who is gassed, he's been out there for a while, chips it all the way down. It's tipped by a Ledger. Clock ticks under 10 minutes to go in a second. Quick up on the wall by Boca, chips it in deep. Good to see Baker's all right after blocking that shot. Just got stung up a little bit. He's back out there. They go up the wall to Mason King. He chips it around one man. King with speed down the left wing wall. Loses it to Ty Wagner. Caleb, we talked about it last year with Flood and Wagner. Their ability offensively is so visual, but defensively, they're just shut down.
Yeah, they definitely are, and you can just clearly see they're good all-around defensemen, right?
Obviously, they booed Flood to the forward position, but it's still there. You can see it. Flood with a nice move and a toe drag. Spins around, looks around, goes for the Michigan. He lost it. Pass out front. Looking for Stelmacher. One-timer tipped wide. In front by Baker. Sobel got a good one off, and it's fired down by Czar. We'll have our first icing of the second period, and only our second icing overall today.
Yeah, been going along pretty good. Good to see Baker back out there after blocking that shot. I mean, that's one that you're not necessarily going to see on the stat sheet. Obviously, yes, it's a block, right? But that's also one that could have resulted in a goal for Fond du Lac because that was such a prime scoring chance and a good shot would have been on net.
This part of the period, or part of the game, brought to you by Aurora Healthcare. Who do you trust with your family's health? For aches and pains, physicals, and sports injuries, Fond du Lac's families choose Aurora Healthcare and Dr. Marshall Rutherford, a family medicine specialist. Dr. Rutherford is your go-to for keeping your family healthy. Learn more. Wagner walks in. It's blocked in front. Learn more at aurora.org/doctors. Nice chance for Wagner, was blocked in front. Fondy tries to reset on the breakout. They give it to Umentum. He drops it back, but it comes out in front. Wagner with the shot. Loose in front. It's chipped around. Bastion with a backhand pass to Wagner. It's fired wide. It was blocked in front by a Cardinal.
A lot of chaos going on that one. Kind of hit weird off the old Zamboni door. Well, I guess it would be still a Zamboni door.
That is a spot in this rink that is a problem. If you're not careful, that puck will kick right into the middle of the slot. It kicked right out to Ty Wagner and had an excellent chance in the slot. Baker with a pass out front. Too strong for Flood. Sobel's got it at the point. Drops it down for Flood. Poked off his stick by Wayner. Stelmacher's got it and drops it in deep. Baker with a quick pass. Flood makes one move. Cuts in the middle of the ice. Flood. Pass in front for Stelmacher. Couldn't get a piece of it. Went off the piece of Czar. Got Zabel open. Zabel with speed down the middle of the ice. Parker Zabel in. Scores! It's 2-1. Parker Zabel on the stretch pass. And Fondy is right back in it.
That they are. They needed that one really badly. Not able to get much going offensively before that. Get a spring pass on the breakaway. When you get those opportunities, especially in the rivalry games, you got to bury them. And that's exactly what happened. Another one on the breakaway. Glove side.
But the Ledgers had a great chance. Fondy buries their great chance, and what could have been probably maybe their second shot of the period. The Ledgers have controlled most of the play. Fondy finally finds themselves back on the board.
Yeah, they really needed that goal. That might get them back into this one, momentum-wise especially, because, again, they haven't been able to get much going on the offensive side of things.
Wagner with speed through the middle of the ice. It's going to be Zabel from Wayner at the 9:03 mark. Puck chipped into the neutral zone. Orgala chips it back up the wall. It's knocked down by Caden Umentum and fired out into the neutral zone. It's chipped all the way down, and it was tipped. Simchak will give chase for the Ledgers. Czar spins away from him. Extra jump in the step from the Cardinals now after that goal. Czar through the middle of the ice. Makes one move. Cuts in. Czar down the right wing. Off the outside of the net. Czar with a nice backhand saucer pass. Obernader walks the line. Obernader shoots. Blocked in front by Jackson Sobel. These teams are selling out and blocking everything. That one took a weird bounce off the glass. It's chipped up by B.J. Bolka. Kept in by Cooper Sobel. Portergala gets it out. Tries to chip it around Czar. Gets to it on the backhand. Chips it in the middle of the ice. Simchek fires it over for Heath Brown. Brown down the right wing. Brown has it poked off his stick by another nice play from Obernader. Obernader tries to go through Flood. Stelmacher will pinch in and make the play. Chips it down for Preston Flood, but Czar will cut it off. Flood and Czar battle behind the net. Flood goes off the back of the net, tries to go to himself. Czar steals, chips it in the neutral zone. Goes around Umentum. That is a right call. That puck was tipped again by Heath Brown. Jude Ford picks it up in his own zone and drops for Tate Baker. Baker comes with speed, winding through the neutral zone. Baker, drop pass to Stelmacher. Stelmacher walks down, shoots, blocked in front. Off the skates of Obernader. Chipped in the neutral zone by Murphy. Jude Ford will win the race. Ford stops behind the net. Goes quickly to his defense partner and Heath Brown. Brown chips it around Killian Murphy. Goes up the wall, cross ice pass. Knocked down out of the air, but it's kept alive by Flood. They hit Baker in the middle of the ice. Baker with a nice move in. Baker in alone. Blocker save by Gamble. What a stop from Colin Gamble. Baker steals in the middle of the ice, but Bondi's got numbers the other way, 2-on-2. Cooper Sobel cuts around the outside. Sobel fires a shot and scores! Sobel has tied it. He went far side through the 5-hole, and it is a new game.
Yeah, that's just one of those things. You know, the Ledgers had an opportunity to break away the other way. Comes Fond du Lac Cardinals the other way. It's not necessarily a grade A scoring chance, you know, kind of along the goal line there. But, again, it's one of those tough plays for Rodman to make. You know, it's one of those, you're almost in like a no man's land position, right? Do you go all the way down? Do you stand up? And he kind of caught himself halfway and gets beat. And you can kind of see it's going to be all Fond du Lac Cardinals here with momentum now, especially after that first goal. They kind of got that ball rolling, and then now it's kind of that snowball effect. Where exactly, if you're the Ledgers, you got to kind of nullify things and take the momentum into your hands. Whether that be, you know, big hit or even a goal, just get some shots on net, a whistle, anything you can do to get back into this one.
Freese will get the assist on it. He stole the puck at the top of the zone. Sobel pretty much did the rest himself, ripped it 5-hole just off that short side wall. It's a nice shot if you're paying attention at it. It's tough for a goalie to get there on the goal line. They're in that, you know, that VH, that reverse VH, and you got to be able to get that pad down.
Again, it's tough. It's what do you do? What position do you go with? Do you stand up? Do you go RVH? I mean, it's tough.
5 minutes to go in the period. Fondy has scored 2 and has tied it. Umentum with speed. He's got a man on the backside. Shoots it over top of the net. He had Maddox King wide open. Just didn't see him. King keeps it in, though. Sobel tries to poke it off his stick. He does. King will go up top to Obernader. Fires it over top of the net off the glass. Heath Brown tries to win the race. Freese keeps it in at the line. Fondy with the momentum and getting some offensive zone time. King tries to make a move through Jackson Sobel. Sobel fires it down. It was tipped. And Freese at the line. No ice. Flood comes off the bench and gives the forecheck. Obernader makes one move around him. Another move around another guy. Obernader with speed through the middle of the ice. Here comes Nick Obernader. Obernader comes around the net, throws it off the back side of the net. Flood brings it up with speed now. Flood with a chip pass. Finds Tate Baker. Baker's got Freese all alone. Cuts in front. Baker with a shot. Gamble with a save. Colin Gamble with some big stops in this second period.
The Ledgers are definitely getting their chances here. They've had a couple breakaways or 2-on-0s, 2-on-1s this period. They're just not able to capitalize and find the back of the net. Maybe that's also part of the reason Colin Gamble, he's stepping up and making the saves that he needs to make for this Fond du Lac Cardinals team.
Baker just not able to get a ton on that. He beat Freese cleanly. He had him inside-out move and just went back to the outside.
Face off here, just about 4 minutes left in the second period. Still tied up 2-2.
Draw one back to Ty Wagner. Gets pinned up by Parker Zubel. Flood walks the line. Flood shoots. Blocker save by Gamble. Colin Gamble has settled into this game nicely. Cooper Sobel, the most recent goal scorer, goes to Killian Murphy. He'll get it right back. Sobel with speed down the left wing. Sobel loses it in his skates. It's picked off by Stellmacher. Brown with a good step up forced him to lose it. They let it go to Flood. They drop it back to Wagner. Wagner in the middle of the ice goes cross ice to Heath Brown. Brown cuts through Sobel, poked off his stick. Sobel chips it. It's taken away by Preston Flood. Flood goes up to Wagner. He chips it all the way in. Just about 3 minutes to go in this second period. Czar behind his net goes up the wall to Murphy. Murphy has it stolen by Jude Ford. Blankenheim chips it around him. Blankenheim cuts in the middle of the ice, just fired it wide. He was looking for Baron Volk in the middle of the slot. Goes up top, Brown with space. Brown shoots. Another pad stop by Gamble. Jaden Bastian now. Bastian with the cross ice pass to Ford. He lost it. Murphy will pick it up. Murphy brings it up the left wing wall. Murphy lost it to Jude Ford. Ford spins away from pressure and throws it to Baron Volk in the middle of the ice, and he'll come back behind his net and reset. Goes quick up to Blankenheim. Too strong off the boards. Obernader over to Mason Freese. Freese finds Maddox King, and he chips it in deep. Peyton Umentum. Middle of the slot. Looking for Caden. Off the outside of the net and all the way down. 2.5 to go in the second period. Jaden Bastian forechecks. Obernader spins away from him. Throws a cross-ice pass for Maddox King. He chips it in deep. Jackson Sobel will win the race and pick it up for the Ledgers. Chips it around the boards. Baron Volka cuts back. Volka tries to pick up some speed. Throws in the middle of the ice for Flood. Flood hits Bastian. It's chipped in deep. Gamble will just set it aside for Freese. Drops it back for Obernader. Obernader back up the wall. Miscommunication. It goes all the way down. They're going to say that Jackson Sobel could have played it. Right call by that official on the far side. Jackson Sobel's got a man in the middle of the ice. Throws a pass. Nice play by Freese to knock that down with the skate. Big hit by Jackson Sobel in open ice. Cross ice pass for Flood. Flood's going to go right back to Wagner in the middle of the ice. He does. Wagner shoots. Pad save by Gamble and controls the rebound once again, Caleb.
Yeah, just a good job of getting the shot on net number one, and then number two for Gamble, holding on to that one, controlling the rebound, and getting the whistle again here. Minute 33 left in the second period. Fond du Lac able to get a couple new guys out on the ice to give them a little bit of a charge here to finish the period strong.
The shoulder pain keeping you up at night? For pain relief, won't wait till that one till the Ledgers, till someone shoots the puck and misses. I was waiting for that whistle so I could get it. Eli Czar behind the net. Shoulder pain keeping you up at night? For pain relief. Fondy gets a rush here too. Now I can't get again. Fondy with a rush. Pad save by Rotman and almost lost it in his pads.
Yeah, that was just getting the pad down in time, able to sit on top of that one.
All right, let's try this one more time. A shoulder pain keeping you up at night for pain relief. Fond du Lac Families Trust Aurora Healthcare and Dr. Lauren Potter. There are many causes of shoulder pain. As a shoulder specialist, Dr. Potter has the advanced training to take better care of your injury. Learn more at Aurora Healthcare, aurora.org/ortho. Just about a minute to go in this period. And it will tick under a minute now. Stellmacher throws it behind his net. It's right to Maddox King of the Cardinals. King with a backhand pass, blocked down by Wagner. Baker bumps him off the puck. Heath Brown gets to it and chips it at the wall. Obernader gets to it first. Dumps it in deep now. Heath Brown. Chip pass for Flood. Flood chips it up. Baker's going to win the race, but again, nice play by Peyton Umentum to keep this alive. The Cardinals have done a great job defensively. Try to clear. Caden Umentum knocks it down. It's rimmed all the way around. Czar's going to pick it up with 29 seconds to go in the period. Czar brings it behind the cage of Caden Rotman. He's got a man open in the middle of the slot. Just didn't see him till too late. Now to be Preston Flood with speed. Flood will bring it in on Obernader. 15 seconds to go in the period. They sag off. Shot blocked by Maddox King. Bastian steals. Gets knocked off the puck by Umentum. Just about 5 seconds to go in the period. Fondy will chip it in the neutral zone. And that will do it. We are tied after 2. What a period it was for the Cardinals. Just a couple goals in a matter of three and some change. We'll come back with stats after this on Radio Plus Video Sports and Jeff's Livestreams.
I'm Aaron Sadoff. Blessed be the president of Marian University right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. If you are beginning your college adventure or looking to transfer, Marian University could be the perfect fit for you. Our beautiful campus, Our amazing faculty and staff, our Division III athletics, and our amazing mission are waiting for you. Come visit Marian University. Not only will you get a great education, but we will help you become the best for the world. Good luck and go Sabres!
Marco, the name our area trusts for all things related to your tax return. For over 60 years, our community has trusted the Marco Tax Service at 43 East 3rd Street, Fond du Lac. Join a growing team offering outstanding benefits, including their own health clinic, paid training, and top wages. Take the next step in your career. Join Southern Wisconsin's premier manufacturer, Metalcraft of Mayville, hiring all positions, skilled and unskilled. All shifts at their Mayville, West Bend, Beaver Dam, Fall River, and Horicon facilities. No experience required. Learn more and apply at MTLcraft.com. That's MTLcraft.com. Metalcraft is an equal opportunity employer. Minorities, women, veterans, and persons with disabilities encouraged to apply.
Municipal Well and Pump has helped communities and industries keep water running with expert well drilling, pump installation, and dependable maintenance. Our experienced team is committed, quality workmanship, and getting the job done right the very first time. When reliable water matters most, trust the name built on honesty, integrity, and experience. Municipal Well and Pump, delivering water you can depend on.
Lakeside Wealth Management would like to welcome Jack Cole. Jack joined Lakeside Wealth Management in October of 2023 after previously working as an equity research analyst at Craig Holman Capital Group.
Hi, this is Jack Cole with Lakeside Wealth Management. Every client gets our undivided attention, from planning to execution to follow-up. We take a proactive approach to helping you develop a strategy to address your financial goals and objectives using the most efficient methods available. Learn more at lakesidewealthmanagement.net.
Securities and advisory services are offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
At Musa Sheet Metal, they spend generations building a better everyday life. They don't just build panels, they build a legacy. They're growing, innovating, and pushing the limits again with their brand new 24-gauge stocked steel line. Musa colors created by the Musa team, 25 bold choices ready to go, delivering the best solutions in architectural sheet metal. Say hi to the Musa apprentices. They're your neighbors, your classmates, and the future of the industry. Musa Sheet Metal, revolutionizing steel, building the future.
Play is everything. It's development, expression, fun, socialization, community, inclusion, connection, adventure, and discovery. We need play at all ages and stages of life to keep us and our communities healthy and happy and full of energy and excitement. Join our movement. Bring intergenerational, inclusive, and developmentally rich play to your community today. Visit bciburke.com and see how play can move you.
Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go, with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day, it's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
Scotty's Auto Works for affordable auto care, from tires and alignments to routine auto maintenance. Trust the guys at Scotty's Auto Works, next to Pump and Pantry, Fond du Lac.
Just like a great team, National Exchange Bank and Trust knows that success is built on strong relationships and trust. Since 1933, the bank has been locally owned and focused on serving the needs of our community so that our friends and neighbors can live the life they want. Let National Exchange Bank and Trust be your financial teammate for life. Because when it comes to your financial goals, we're here to help you stay ahead of the game. Visit nebat.com to learn more.
Are you or a loved one living with the discomfort and hopelessness of peripheral neuropathy? The tingling, the numbness, the life-altering pain? Are you tired of taking medications that only mask the symptoms or don't work at all? You don't have to live like that anymore. Introducing New Medical Center, your beacon of hope in the fight against peripheral neuropathy. Our team of dedicated specialists uses the latest advancement in medical technology to help you regain control of your life. Our personalized treatment plans are designed to reduce your pain, improve your balance, and restore your quality of life, all while targeting the cause of your neuropathy. Visit us on the web at newmedicalctr.com.
Welcome back to the Intermission Report, brought to you by Holiday Automotive. Worth the trip. Caleb, what a period it was. I mean, the Ledgers outshoot them 10-4 in terms of the Cardinals, but there was momentum. You could see it after that Zabel goal. The speed was there. We talked about how this open ice and everything like that, you have to have good team speed. You can't play on a rink like this without good team speed, but finally getting more urgency late in that second period.
Yeah, I would say Fond du Lac started off a little bit slow again, and then once they popped that first goal, you could see the speed started to build up. It looked like they were really trying to get more into the game. They had that speed, they had a little bit more awareness, attentiveness to the puck, details like that. And then all of a sudden they get that second one, and it's really started to turn towards the Cardinals in terms of momentum, speed. Physicality, I'd say, is still kind of both ways on both teams, but that's one thing to kind of look out for here starting this next period is who's going to take that momentum back right at the start.
We've seen, the Cardinals, we know that they can play with that kind of speed, but for the Ledgers right there, you had your chances. Collien Gamble, who we thought, looked maybe a little shaky at times in that first period, he really settled into that game in the second.
Yeah, he definitely did, and exactly like you talked about, the Ledgers did have their chances. They just couldn't really capitalize that period. They had a couple breakaways, had some 2-on-1s, stuff like that. Just couldn't capitalize, and that's in part credit to Collien Gamble as well. He really stepped up his game from that first period, and he's able to control rebounds, control his attack angles, and just overall set the tone on the defensive side of things for the Cardinals.
He was perfect in that second period, 10-10. 2 of 4 was Caden Rotman. Bonnie at the 8:03 mark of the second period. A stretch pass finds Parker Zabel from Brady Wayner all alone, and he chipped it over the glove hand side of Caden Rotman. Then just 3 minutes and 20 seconds later at the 11:23 mark, Cooper Sobel comes down that left wing wall and rips it 5-hole, and we talked about that's a tough one for goaltenders, but what a defensive play from Mason Freeze to poke it away. It finds Sobel. He pretty much did the rest himself. Both goaltenders, I think, today have had their times where it's been them struggling to get into it because there's been times where neither guys are getting shot because there's a lot of neutral zone play going on.
Yeah, there is, and that's where it's tough, where if you go, 5-6 minutes without a shot, it's tough to stay in the game and locked in, and you've seen at times really good saves from both of these goaltenders, and at times, there's been some questionable rebounds or just, some of the goals as well, but it's just one of those things where as a goalie, you need to stay in it. And this rivalry game, again, it's a tied game going into the third period, and it's going to be about who's going to stay focused all the way through, right? The whole game, and you got to stay locked in and keep your team with enough energy in front of you.
Caleb, let's think. What are our keys going into this third period, the last 17 minutes of play here?
Yeah, for Fond du Lac, it's going to be keeping the momentum, right? They got that momentum here late in the second period, and it's going to be about, can you get that next goal? Honestly, the next goal in this one might end up winning it. So if the Cardinals can keep that momentum going, I think they have a good shot at winning this one. And for the Ledgers, it's going to be about taking it back and capitalizing on their offensive chances that they've had. They've had plenty of chances in that period. They're just not able to put one in the back of the net.
If you're a Cardinals fan, you'd like to see something out of that top line. The Umentum line with Maddox King. I mean, those are your guys. They're the top. I mean, you've had a nice game out of Obernader and Czar, as you know that you're going to get out of your defenseman there. If you're a Ledgers fan, something's got to come from Baker. I mean, he's your leading scorer for a reason. He's had his chances. He hasn't found a way to bury it yet tonight. But that second line for the Ledgers getting that goal, now you have depth scoring for them. But how about the depth scoring for Fondy? You have Zabel, and your second line is Zabel and Cooper Sobel both score. I mean, in a game like this, your stars got to be your stars. But guys who are in mixes, to get their mixes in the fold, have to make plays, Caleb.
Yeah, and that's where, exactly, if your stars aren't the ones that are scoring points here tonight, it's got to come from somewhere else, right? It's about that depth, that production, especially in a rivalry game where tensions are high. There's a lot of energy just flowing all throughout the whole building.
We're going to take another break. We'll be back with the third period just like last year. We're locked at 2 going into the third. We'll be back after this.
You've dreamt of the kind of home you want to live in for years. Now is the time to turn that dream into a reality. Quest Interiors has you covered with flooring, cabinetry, and countertops all in one place. From kitchens and bathrooms to family and bedrooms, bring your vision to life with professional installation. Visit our showrooms in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
For nearly 50 years, Pinot Buildings has created the highest quality post-frame buildings. Headquartered in Rosendale, Wisconsin, we proudly serve the Badger State and Illinois. We deliver unparalleled craftsmanship and quality with all the warmth and care you'd expect from a small-town family business. Whether you're planning a large commercial or agricultural project, a barn-dominium, or a smaller personal shop or structure, Pinot Buildings are built for you and designed to last. Connect with us to get started.
Walk right in. That's the laid-back feeling you have when you work with the Roush Insurance Agency in Fond du Lac. Their agents are dedicated to putting your mind at ease when you make your insurance decisions. They live, work, and play here, and will make sure that they are there at the time of need for their clients and families. Visit RoushINS.com for more information or walk right in. 770 South Main Street in Fond du Lac. The Roush Insurance Agency, your hometown insurance team for over 30 years.
Tired of pushy sales tactics? Welcome to Schaefer Auto, where they make buying a vehicle simple, safe, and satisfying. You'll find a sweet selection of pre-owned vehicles for every budget. Each is inspected and backed by a warranty option of your choice. Financing isn't a problem. Get approved online and drive home with confidence. Schaefer Auto has the right ride for you. Visit the lot at 404 Shaler Drive in Waupun and online at schaefer-auto.com. Schaefer Auto, no gimmicks, no pressure, no worries.
A personal experience with a custom feel. Each home Smith Builders builds is unique. The design and selections perfectly crafted for you. To learn more, visit smithbuildersinc.com or stop by 227 Morris Court. Smith Builders of Fond du Lac. Traditional values, exceptional services. A proud sponsor of local high school sports.
Hey, Devontae.
Let me get a Cantina chicken burrito and a bowl with that seasoned, slow-roasted chicken I like, please.
You have a golf course in your house?
I got a Taco Bell in my house, bro.
Where did it go? Where did it go?
Oh, there it is. Cheaters don't get chicken. Huh? Cheaters get no chicken.
I won't give him any.
Looking for a reliable roofing contractor? Witt Services has got you covered. With 5 years of experience, they specialize in everything from roof repairs to full replacements. Their team is dedicated to quality workmanship and customer satisfaction. Plus, they offer free estimates, so you know exactly what to expect. Whether it's a leaky roof or a complete overhaul, Witt Services is the go-to choice for all roofing needs. Don't wait. Reach out today.
Welcome back. Just about ready to start this third period, that last half of the second period, brought to you by Aurora Family Healthcare. Aurora, whether you're playing in a rec league or in the majors, sitting out due to an injury is no fun. If pain has moved you to the sidelines, Aurora Sports Health can help get you back in the lineup. Start with a free injury evaluation from Aurora Sports Health. Request one at aurora.org/sports. Caleb, we head to this third period with the Ledgers heavily out shooting, but the shots are light. 19 shots through 2 for the Ledgers, 7 shots for Bondi. Both teams keeping everything pretty well to the outside.
Yeah, there hasn't been any, well, I take that back. There has been some grade A scoring chances, right? But the Ledgers haven't been able to capitalize necessarily on theirs. Fond du Lac has. They've gotten their opportunities. Hasn't been many, but they've capitalized on them both.
And that's your key in a game like this. You have to find a way to capitalize on your limited, if not very minimal opportunities. I mean, you're
Right.
never going to get a lot of opportunities in a rivalry game.
Right, exactly. And once you do get those chances, you get those breakaways, you get a 2-on-1, something like that. You need to always be able to at least try to put the puck in the net, right? And if you can't, crash for the rebound because it might be there. And that's something we haven't seen a lot. We haven't seen a lot of rebounds given up by either of these two teams. Both goalies able to kind of really control the puck in front, slow things down, get whistles when they need to, and that really helps out keep the legs fresh, get line changes and stuff like that.
What about the effort on the defensive end? The guys selling out to block shots. I mean, obviously, it happens in a normal regular season game, but it doesn't happen anytime other than a Badgerland game or in a rivalry game.
Yeah, it's just overall, it's really good hockey, right? And that's something, too, that you just look for in games like this. And it shows it means more to the players, to the fans. It gets everyone involved. And it's a good thing, too. We haven't seen any injuries so far, knock on wood. Baker obviously blocked that one, and then the next shift he was right back out there, right? That just shows you that this game means something to both of these teams.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're a senior in this game, you block a shot, you get a little stinger, you ain't coming off the ice, Caleb. You know that. I mean, it's just that time of year. You're never going to want to get off the ice for something like this. But this game, to me, is always fun because it's played so early in the season. You're just 6 games in. There's growing pains at this point that both of these teams are fighting through.
Yeah, and that's one of those things, too, like we talked about. Like, this is the Ledger's first game at home, technically, this year. And it comes in a rivalry game, in a Badgerland Conference game, in the Sturgeon Cup. So the stakes don't get much bigger than this for your first game at home. But it is also nice, right? This is your first time playing at home. You get that feeling of the whole fans really involved, and you get that energy, and you can feed off that a little bit, which is something they haven't really been able to do this whole year.
High school sports today on Radio Plus Video Sports is presented by these 5 Edwards Jones financial advisors: Matt Moses, Matt Helmer, Jeff Willis, Robert Bruce, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones making sense of investing, and we'll have an icing to start this period. Boy, we haven't seen many of those today. That's the third one all day.
That may not be a good sign for this period if we're already having an icing just 11 seconds into the third period.
Face-off coming to the blocker side of Caden Rotman. Peyton Umentum will take it against Tate Baker. These top lines have been matched up all night against each other. If you're a Ledgers fan, the good news is you have the change, and it gets flipped into the student section. Watch out for flying pucks.
Yeah. And that's also one thing that people may not realize, right? The last change, it does make a big difference. In terms of, you can kind of see what the other team's throwing out there for a line, and then you have that opportunity to match that with your top line or whoever else you want to throw out there.
Chance was blocked in front, and it was a good one on the faceoff. It was run right back to Caden Umentum. Here comes Jackson Sobel up the left wing wall with speed, stolen by Umentum in the neutral zone, 2-on-2 rush. He cuts down the right wing. Umentum shoots it wide. Good job by Wagner to force him to the outside. That one's going to be blown off sides. We've had 3 whistles in the first 42 seconds, and I don't think we had 3 whistles in either of the 2 periods, other than goals.
Nope, not that early, and that's just the way things go, right? Especially in a rivalry game. It's been a really smooth game overall, and then all of a sudden here in the third period, whistles.
That one goes all the way down. How about another icing?
Yeah, this is definitely interesting. It makes us use a little bit more talking points, right? Got to come up with some other things to say, but kind of a back and forth start. We just haven't seen much for either of these teams to start the period.
Both second lines out there. Bastian will take the draw against Sobel. He wins it back to Ty Wagner. Wagner with a high chip pass on the backhand for Heath Brown. He gets spun away from Cooper Sobel and goes back to Ty Wagner. Wagner will bring it out of the zone. Just chips it into the backhand. Tries to go around Wayner. Wayner shields him off and will pick it up. Blankenheim tries to chip it around everybody cannot. Zabel will pick it up on the wall, one of the goal scorers, and gives it to the other goal scorer for the Cardinal, and Cooper Sobel. Sobel goes around Heath Brown. Jaden Bastian is just hounding him all the way down the ice. Sobel shoots it off the outside of the cage, throws the pass out front. Brown gets a stick on it. Board pass, and Blankenheim looked the other way. It'll be another icing.
That's kind of a dangerous play there in the Ledger's zone. Almost caught Rodman off guard there. That one just sitting kind of in front. Could have been a chance there for the Cardinals.
Tate Baker will take the draw against Umentum. It's one back by Umentum, but Ledgers win the race in Stellmacher. Good serve from Eli Czar to poke it off his stick. When I talk about a serve, it's guys that swing through in a defenseman to take away the angle. That was a great play by Czar. Umentum with speed. Payton down the right wing. Throws a pass out front. King with a one-timer off the blocker. Nice stop from Rotman. He was down, but he wasn't out.
Yeah, that's one of those grade A scoring chances, and that's a really good save off the blocker of Rotman.
2-on-2 rush the other way. Baker with speed. Baker with a toe drag move. Lost the puck. Flood picks it up, but it's stolen by Caden Umentum. Blankenheim steals. Blankenheim on the backhand. Blankenheim drops it down for Tate Baker. A little too strong. Baker knocks down his man as he was cutting around the net. Mason Freese. Czar spins away from the pressure. Chips it up the wall. Too strong for everybody. It's dumped back in by Heath Brown. Other team has really connected with a ton of passes to start this period. Freese chips it up the wall. Blankenheim steals. Blankenheim drops it down to the goal line to Bastian. Bastian with a pass. Sabo walks in off the stick of Collien Gamble. Maddox King in his own zone. Rims it up the wall. Didn't get everything on it. Pass intended for Mason King. Chips it around Ty Wagner. Good play by Wagner to get a piece of him. Wagner with no stick. Pass goes into the slot. Obernader walks in. Shoots. Blocked in front. Jackson Sabo get a piece of it. And he'll chip it out in the neutral zone to Bastian, and he'll dump. And they will chase. Back and forth action to start this period. Wayner with a pass at the wall. Poked away by Blankenheim and dumped back in deep by Heath Brown. And it's tipped off of Collien Gamble. Obernader goes quickly up the wall to Archer Weber. Tries to chip to Max Tennyson. Doesn't get it all the way through. Now he does. He finds Mason King. King goes through the skates, and it's picked off by Heath Brown. Heath Brown has had quite the day defensively, Caleb.
Yeah, it's one of those names where you're saying a lot right, and that's a good thing.
Brown throws a cross-ice pass to Ty Wagner. Wagner will hinge it right back to Brown, and he'll bring it up the left wing wall with speed. Brown cuts into the middle of the ice and drops for Flood. Flood with a shot wide of Gamble. Sabo pinches in. He keeps it at the line. Sabo with speed off the bench. Jackson Sabo's had quite the day as well. Big hit behind the net. Thought about maybe a call for a check from behind. Nothing coming. Nice play by Zabel to chip it in the neutral zone. Stellmacher will win the race, though, and chip it back to Baker. Baker throws it cross ice for Jackson Sabo. Sabo with a pass to Flood. Flood tries to go through his man, Brady Wayner. He does. Cooper Sabo bumps him off the puck and chips it around. Heath Brown will pinch in and try to win the race. He'll spin away from Zabel. Zabel will pick it up and chip. Brown steals. Brown walks in, shoots. Pat save Gamble. Zabel goes up the wall. Bastian knocks it down. Blankenheim gets to it. Blankenheim cuts out in the middle of the slot. Big hit by Obernader. Boy, Nick Obernader has been physical all night for the Cardinals. That one's chipped all the way down. Will it get to Rotman? It will. No ice. Brown slows things down behind his net and goes quickly up to Blankenheim. He chips it, but he's on the wrong side of the red line. It's an ice.
So that'll come all the way down. Looks like the Ledger's getting a change.
Bonnie's top line. Ledgers will send their second line against the top line. Keep that line out there and change decor against this Bonnie top line. Maddox King lines up in a one-timer spot. Caden Umentum trying to win it to him. Just missed him. Wagner chips it to himself with speed. Tries to go around Peyton Umentum. He does. Tries to get around Czar now. Comes down the goal line. Comes around the net. Wraparound attempt. Gamble sealed the post. Comes in front. Blankenheim couldn't get to it. Ford gets the puck chipped around him by Caden Umentum. It goes back up to Czar. Czar walks the line. Czar comes in. Nice back pressure from Blankenheim on the back check. Through the middle of the ice, Jaden Bastian. Pass goes through the skates of Blankenheim, and he finds himself offside. Ledger's top line will come out. Here's a chance for them. They'll face the second line.
Yeah, let's see if they can get an opportunity on it, right? Again, like we've been talking about, these lines and matchups do make a big deal. So we'll see if they can take advantage of that. Again, it's still a tied game here, 2-2, 11:49 left in this third period.
Puck dumped in by Flood off the blank blocker of Gamble. Just knocked her down for Obernader. Obernader flips high into the neutral zone. It's going to roll all the way down. Rotman will have to play. No, he won't. No, they're going to wave it off. I mean, that is one where it should have just been an icing. I mean, I get he could have played that, but in that situation, you don't have to rely on the goaltender to play that puck as a referee.
Right. Yeah, that's one where, kind of just blow the whistle. But they let it play, so we're going to play on.
Caden Umentum chips it to Peyton. Peyton Tries to get around Brown, so a quick change from the Cardinals to keep that line out there. There will be an ice this time with 11-12 to go. And speaking of that, thanks to Serauer Family Dental for being a part of high school sports coverage. Dr. Todd Serauer is proud to announce the addition of his son, Dr. Brady Serauer, to their new office on South Main Street. Come and visit them and see how the Serauer Family Dental is making you smile generation after generation. Visit SerauerDental.com today. Draw one back by the Cardinals in their own zone. Czar spins away from the pressure, goes to Murphy. Murphy to Sobel with speed. Cooper Sobel through the middle of the ice in a one-on-one rush. Sobel shoots, glove save. Rotman couldn't find it. It comes out into the slot, but it's scooped up by none other than Heath Brown. Brown with a pass in the middle of the ice for Flood. Flood chips it into space. He gets to it. He cuts in the middle. Tries to get a back check. Nice back check by Cooper Sobel to get a stick on it. They drop it back for Blankenheim. Both teams taking quick shifts because they're really only running two lines.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do, right? You got to get your best players out there when you can, and part of that, too, keep those shifts short and get breaks when you can.
Wagner winds it up through the neutral zone and dumps it in deep. He'll chase. Czar will just rim it quickly to Zabel. Zabel will chip, but it's stolen by Blankenheim. Nice move by Zabel. Zabel gets through one. He'll get through another. Tries to get through more. He just lost it in his skates. Jaden Bastian spins away from everybody. Goes up the wall to Baron Volka. The opening goal scorer of this game was Baron Volka. Goes back to Wagner. Wagner dumps. Clock about to tick, under 10 minutes to go. 2-2 on that Quest Interior scoreboard. Czar with a pass in the middle of the ice to Mason King. Nice play by Ty Wagner to chip it up. Back into the neutral zone. Obernader looks around and throws for Mason King. This time he'll chip it around Sobel. Sobel lost it to King. King spins back up the half wall. Cuts in the middle of the ice. Just couldn't get a hold of it. Wayner tried to knock it down at the line with his glove. He'll drop it back for Obernader. He'll have to reset and wait for Mason King to get on sides. Obernader goes down the backhand slot. Throws a pass out front off some skates. It just goes wide. Picked up by Baron Volka. Volka looks cross ice. He throws it for Preston Flood. Flood on a 1-on-2. Flood will shoot into the chest of Colin Gamble.
Ledger's finally able to get entered in the offensive zone and get a shot on net, and just like that, Colin Gamble makes the save and squeezes it, hanging on for the whistle, trying to slow things down.
This part of the game presented by Fogel Family Dental. Dr. Dylan Fogel is now the owner of Doyle Family Dental, or Doyle Kelly Dental on Fond du Lac Avenue. Another stop from Colin Gamble right away on the draw. He seemed to cover everything off of that kill.
Yeah, definitely. And that's one of those, too, where, you see the puck, make the save, grab it in your glove, and just hang on to it.
Brown shoots over top of the net. Didn't look like Gamble really saw that one cleanly the whole way through. A lot of traffic out in front. Stelmacher chips it up the wall, goes off of Maddox King and into the zone. Flood will go for a change along with Stelmacher. Obernader slows things down behind the nets. Clock ticks under 9 minutes to go in this third period. Maddox King chips it into the crowd. That's why they tell you to watch out for flying pucks.
Flying pucks are definitely a concern here at the Blue Line Arena.
Pass will come to the neutral zone. It'll be center ice face-off. Should come from where the pass was from. 8:48 to go in this one. Draw one by the Ledgers. It's knocked underneath Killian Murphy. Here comes Ty Wagner down the middle of the ice. Wagner cuts to the left wing. Wagner drops his shoulder. Throws a backhand pass out in front over the stick of Baron Volka. Chipped into the neutral zone. Bastian fires it for Blankenheim. Quick up to Volka. Couldn't hold on to the pass. Was too strong. Killian Murphy fires it in deep. And Caden Rotman will hold on with 8:24 to go.
Hang on to that one. Get the whistle. No line change. Just a couple guys will change for Fond du Lac.
We talk about, Caleb, the neutral zone play, but it seems even more prevalent in this period. Not a lot of chances for people to really get hemmed in their zones.
Right. Hardly any chances. Again, like you're talking about, kind of a back and forth play. Not a ton of turnovers, just back and forth for both teams.
Others trying to get it out of their own zone. Umentum keeps it alive. Maddox King throws a pass out front. Good play by Baron Volka to shield off Peyton Umentum. It's chipped into the neutral zone. Bastian tries to beat Czar to it. Czar holds on and will fire it up the wall here to Maddox King. King can't hold on to the pass. Heath Brown chips it back. Eli Czar is there and throws it to his partner, Mason Freese. Freese in the middle of the ice for Peyton Umentum. Umentum tries to power through his man, Bastian. Cannot. and it'll be offsides. That's the right call.
Yeah, a little bit delayed, but again, it's the right call to make. You got to call that offsides there.
Our clock ticks under 8 minutes. 2-2, we stand deadlocked, and it has been a good one. Once again, both teams scored a pair in each period so far.
Yeah, time winding down again. It's getting dangerously close to kind of where we were at last year. Again, 2-2 game late in the third period. You get that same feeling here tonight.
Momentum tries to chip it around Ty Wagner, and he drops it. Maddox King steals. Got a man wide open in the middle of the slot. He didn't see him. King tries to spin away from the pressure. He dumps it in deep for Caden Momentum. Momentum back to King. King shoots. Pad save. Rotman, he just trickled it wide of Peyton Momentum waiting on the back door. Jackson Sobel with a quick up. Finds Preston Flood. And they're going to say Flood brought that in offsides. Now there's a call I don't agree with because he had possession.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I thought he had possession and brought it into the zone. Yeah.
But there is a thing where you could say what is considered possession.
That's true. Yep. It's one of those tough calls. Again, linesman makes the call, so it's going to be a whistle.
Draw one to Baron Boca. Boca will bring it in. Boca gets hammered by Obernader. Obernader is really showing his physical presence tonight.
Yeah, he's really setting the tone for the Cardinals, laying the body around out there.
Boca goes up the wall to Heath Brown. Brown makes a move around Zabel. Nice shimmy shake. Drops it back for Baron Boca. Boca looks around, fires a shot right into Zabel. And Zabel chips it into the neutral zone. Wagner tries to settle the puck down, spins away from Killian Murphy. Body running that 1-2-2 forecheck, a very soft forecheck from the Cardinals. Wagner cuts in the middle of the ice, shot pad save, Gamble. Versabel chips it into the neutral zone. It's stolen by Ty Wagner. He cuts around everybody. He'll come through the middle of the ice with speed. Cut all the way over to the right wing. Spin away. Throws a cross ice pass for Brown. Brown can't handle it on the backhand. 6:15 to go in this one. It's chipped up the wall. Boca with a nice pickup. Boca gets bumped off the puck by Czar, and he'll go for a change. Langenheim comes out. He forechecks pressure. Pass for Zabel goes off the backhand. Brown gets to it. He gets the red and dumps. Clock now ticks under 6 minutes to go in this one. Quick up the wall. Goes through the feet of Preston Flood trying to get the steal. Jackson Sobel brings it in with speed. And they're going to wave it off the offsides. Freese loses the puck in the middle of the ice. It gets to Umentum, though. Umentum chips for Peyton Umentum. Peyton Umentum with speed, working on it to forward, and Stelmacher. What a play from Stelmacher. Good back check from Umentum, but the puck finds Tate Baker. Baker tries to chip it around. Czar cannot. It goes up the wall. Stelmacher can't get a piece of it. It goes all the way down there. Say it was tipped. No ice. Heath Brown's got to win the race against Maddox King. Nice move to spin away from him. Chips it off the glass. It comes in the middle of the ice to Czar. Czar spins away from pressure and drops it for Caden Umentum. He gives it right back to Czar. Battle along the line. It's chipped in deep. Here comes Czar now on the backhand. Czar with a backhander. Blocker save. Loose in front. King makes the... Rotman again struggling with that rebound control. Tipped in front. Goes off the pad just wide. Caden Umentum with speed around the outside. He slows things down. Looks around for some help. He drops for Mason Freese. Heath Brown, who's been out there a while, spins away from the pressure and rims it up the wall. Nice play by Logan Blankenheim to get that in a neutral zone. Chipped in by Czar. Body trying to hound the Ledgers in their zone. Jackson Sobel will get it behind his net, fire it off the glass, and he'll take the ice.
Take the ice and get the change. And really, I mean, the momentum is definitely on the ice for the Cardinals right now. They've taken all the momentum away. They're getting the scoring chances. They look faster. They look a little bit more physical. This Ledgers team is kind of playing dump and chase hockey a little bit when they're not getting as many chances.
We talked about the Cardinals being a slow one. They didn't have the slow start. They started off strong and finished slow. Well, looks the other way today. Puck goes up top to Brady Wayner. Drops it down for Mason King. It's Cooper Sobel behind the net. Pass out front. Nice play by Jaden Bastian to knock it down. Bastian flips into the neutral zone. Nice play to get a hand on it was Ty Wagner, and he'll just fire it right up the middle of the ice. Sobel will try to pick it up. Wagner chips it around one man. Puck's in the middle of the ice. Cooper Sobel turns it over to Baron Bolka. Bolka will chip it in deep. First one to it. And chipping around is BJ Bolka. Pass is tipped all the way down by Mason King. He was on the wrong side of the red. It will be an ice. And the Ledgers will try to take advantage of an offensive zone face-off and send the top line out there. Cardinals will send the top line out there as well, which, either Umentum brother in the face-off circle has been dynamite today.
Yeah, definitely. And this is a key draw here in your defensive zone, offensive zone for the Ledgers.
Draw one back to Preston Flood up top to Heath Brown. Brown drops it down for Flood on the goal line. Couldn't handle the pass. Czar chips it up for Caden Umentum. Pinching in was Jackson Sobel. He'll get the puck right back from Stelmacher. Sobel around the outside of the cage. Got a man in the middle of the slot. It's Heath Brown. Just a little bit too strong for him. Czar spins away from Heath Brown. Mason Freeze chips it up the wall. Jackson Sobel pinches in once again. Puck comes into the neutral zone, but Tate Baker is there. Baker throws it cross ice for Stelmacher. Stelmacher gains the red and chips it in once again. Bouncing puck. Good job from Gamble to get a piece of it.
It's a tough one when it's bouncing like that. That's one you really got to stay in front of and stay down on.
Just about 3 minutes now to go in this one. Puck chipped in deep. Rotman will just tap it for Heath Brown. Brown off the back of the cage, gives it to himself. Chips far side for Baron Bolka with speed. Bolka cuts around, tries to get around the stick of Obernader and cannot. Nice play from Nick Obernader. Pass goes up top. Blankenheim shot. Tipped in front. Nice stop from Gamble. Puck comes back out front. It's fired down by Peyton Umentum, but it's coming right at Rotman, so he'll have to play it. Saucer pass. Nice pass from Rotman right onto the tape of Blankenheim. Blankenheim through the neutral zone with speed. Blocked in front by Obernader. These guys are selling out and blocking everything. Zabel with a nice move. Wagner is there, though. Pass goes high off the glass, too high for Blankenheim to get to. We tick under 2.5 to go in this one. Puck dumped in. Wagner gets to it in his own zone, rims it up the glass. Blankenheim gets around Obernader. But the Cardinals, once again, with great pressure to have everybody back. Jaden Bastian cuts in the middle of the ice. Pass for Blankenheim. He's in. Blankenheim chips it into Gamble. What a stop from Colin Gamble.
Yeah, he's been coming up huge ever since going down 2-0. Able to make some big saves and keeping the Cardinals and tied in this game 2-2 with the Ledgers. That's a good chance there for the Ledgers. Not having much opportunities this period, but able to get a little scoring chance there.
2:09 to go in this one. Baker takes the draw against Peyton Umentum. It's one back to Mason Freese. Freese behind his net, spins and goes right back into the send pressure. Pinned up against the wall by Tate Baker. We tick under 2 minutes to go. Flood with a move in the middle of the ice. Goes back to himself. Looks around, cuts back up top to Sobel. Sobel back to Flood. Flood looks around, fires a shot up front. It's tipped by a Cardinal and covered by Gamble.
That's interesting. Again, like you said, that was tipped by a Cardinal. Otherwise, that one was going to go way wide. But tipped on net by the Cardinals. A good save by Gamble. Staying on top of that one. Staying locked in.
You see, in the first period, I thought he was sagging back a little bit too much, too far back in his crease, but he's done a great job being out and challenging throughout the game now. Sobel dumps it back in deep. Czar will be the first one to it. He chips it up the glass. It goes through the legs of Wagner. Jackson Sobel will pick it up in his own zone with 1.5 to go in this one. He knocks down Maddox King with a nice move. Hits his man in stride, and Stelmacher 2-on-2 rush if they hurry. Stelmacher shoots into the chest of Gamble. They haven't gotten much easier than that for Colin Gamble today.
Definitely not. And you take those chances where you can get them, shot from about the top of the circle. Take it, hold on to it, get the whistle, get the line change, and live to fight another day.
1:22 to go in this one. Jaden Bastian will take the draw, and he wins it. But Eli Czar steals. Baron Bolka takes it away from him. Him and Sobel battle. It'll go behind the net, and Czar will win the race, and he'll spin away from everybody. Spin back into the pressure, but gets away from Baron Bolka. Pass in the middle of the ice for Mason King. Poked off his stick. Czar picks it up with speed, though. Czar gets hammered in the middle of the ice by Jackson Sobel. Blankenheim with speed the other way. Nice back check from Parker Zabel. Boy, between Jackson Sobel and Nick Obernader, I don't know if I've seen a lot of bigger high school hockey hits.
There's been some really big hits here tonight.
Parker Zabel in the middle of the ice. Zabel with speed down the right wing. He's got a lane to the net. Zabel shoots it just wide of the glove of Caden Rotman. 35 seconds to go in this one. Mason King chips it in deep behind the net of Caden Rotman. Ty Wagner will win the race, but he chips it right back to Cooper Sobel. Sobel looks around, throws a pass out front. It goes off of Jackson Sobel and behind the net. Wagner fans on the clearing attempt. Sobel will win the race to it with 20 seconds to go in this one. Jaden Bastian will bring it up. Bastian in the middle of the ice to Baron Boca. Boca cuts around Maddox King. He spins back. 10 seconds to go in this one, and we may have overtime. Jude Ford chips to Heath Brown. Brown throws it behind the net for Jude Ford. 2 seconds and 1. And how about free hockey once again in the Sturgeon Cup?
We knew it was coming. We had that feeling. It's been a close game all throughout, and now it's official. It's going to head to OT.
I got to remember we have, does it go to 3 minutes? Or 5 minutes?
I
5
think
minutes?
it might be 8, to be
8
honest.
minutes?
8 minutes of
8 minutes?
5 on
That sounds
5,
right.
I believe.
Well, they'll have 3 minutes of elapsed time between here. We'll stay here and we'll talk about what our thoughts were that third period. I mean, in my opinion, I would say that Fondy has controlled the play majority. Maybe the shots may not show it because the Ledgers are taking a ton of shots from the outside, but the quality scoring chances came from the Cardinals.
Yeah, definitely. I would say Fond du Lac controlled that period. Again, the score may not show it again. It was 0-0 that period as far as goals scored. But Fond du Lac had the momentum, and they're kind of carrying it right now into OT, I would say.
I mean, this game, back-to-back years for this game to go into overtime. As a player, you love it. As a fan or as a coach, it gives you that heart attack feeling.
And definitely. Again, it's do or die, right? OT is sudden death hockey. Next goal wins. So that's what makes it fun. And, you know, both these teams, again, it being a rivalry Badgerland Conference game, it makes this one all that more special.
Couldn't ask for a better time. Shots are 32-14. So if you think about it, in theory, the Cardinals had 7 shots in that period. Rotman went 7 for 7. The Ledgers had 13. So similar, you would think, for the Cardinals. I mean, the shots have gotten more and more every period, which they had struggled with getting shots throughout the year this year. They're finding ways to create offense in different ways today, Caleb.
Yeah, and they're finding it, you know, how to build that momentum throughout the game. You know, might not start off as strong, but slowly build and get better towards the back half of the game, which they've done. And they're getting more shots on goal. Again, Springs might have more shots on goal, but it's not necessarily a ton more scoring chances, right? So they're getting a lot of shots from deep, you know, enter the zone, shoot, look for that rebound, try to get that second chance, gritty scoring opportunities.
Keys for both teams in this overtime. I'll start with this one, Caleb. For Fondy, you have to find a way to limit the Ledger's speed because the Ledgers have great speed. But you have guys that can use it as well, especially in the defensive end, whether it's Czar or Obernader. This wide ice, if it is, I think it's 5-on-5 to start. It does go into 3-on-3. I think they go to a second overtime, if I remember correctly. But wide ice like this, you got to find a way to get space and get pucks to the net.
Yeah, you know, both of these teams are most likely gas, right? It's a long game, physical game as well. Big ice, lot going on. You know, this game means more, and that's why it's going to be tough. You cannot get caught sleeping in overtime because all it takes is one breakaway, and that's it. It's again, sudden death hockey.
Going to be a fun one, and why not? More free hockey here once again, and it was a quick game anyways. It was only a 2-hour hockey game through 3 periods, but why not make us stay a little bit longer and watch some free hockey once again?
Definitely. Yeah, no Zam here, so it's going to be dirty ice again, I believe, for 8 minutes, 5-on-5. And I can't remember for the second OT if they Zam or not.
I don't think they Zam
I don't think
ever.
they do, yeah.
I think his shootout, everything was dirty ice last year.
Right.
And we talked about in the pregame, we preluded the hero from last year was the young man Eli Czar as a freshman out of North Fond du Lac in the co-op with Fond du Lac. Well, he's on the ice to start this one. Trying to make it back-to-back years with an overtime or shootout winner. Ledgers will send their top line of Baker, Flood, and Stellmacher against King. Umentum with Obernader and Czar on D, and Wagner and Jackson Sobel on D for the Ledgers. 8 minutes in counting, starting in overtime. Free hockey. Puck is dumped in deep by the Cardinals. Ty Wagner behind his net. Gives it back to Jackson Sobel, back to Ty Wagner, up the wall to Stellmacher. Stellmacher in the middle of the ice. Chance for a 2-on-2 rush with Preston Flood and Tate Baker. Flood shoots it into the blocker. Gamble wisely steers it aside. Nice steal by Obernader off the stick of Preston Flood. Obernader brings it up the left-hand wall with speed and will chip around everybody. Jackson Sabel will win the race. Sabel will chip it up the wall for Stellmacher. Stellmacher knocks it down and goes back to Sabel. Wagner will be the first one to it, though. Reverse play for Jackson Sabel. Sabel looks around. Goes back around to Wagner. Ledgers, you'd say, maybe playing with it too much in their own zone in 5-on-5. Flood cuts away from the pressure. Flood walks in. Flood shoots into the chest of Collien Gamble.
Yeah, nothing new there. Shot from out towards the point. Gamble sees it kind of the whole way. Holds onto it, doesn't give up any rebounds, and gets the whistle here. 7:04 left in this first overtime.
Both second lines will come out. We'll see if we see those third lines. Both teams have been rolling two lines the majority of the night. At some point, you would think they're going to be in trouble in terms of energy-wise. Baron Boca chips it back. Chipped in deep by Ty Wagner, who seemingly never comes off the ice for this Ledgers team.
And for good reason, too, right? He's definitely one of their better players, one of the heartbeats of the team.
Battle for it along the wall. Wagner in there with Boca. Shot from Brown goes wide. Zabel tries to get it out. They cannot. It's chipped back in deep by Jaden Bastian. Blankenheim has it chipped through him by Obernader. Obernader throws in the middle of the ice. Stolen. Baron Boca walks in. Boca into the chest of Collien Gamble once again.
Really nice shot there in the slot. You know, that's one of those prime scoring chances that the Ledgers haven't gotten a lot of. And they get that one there. Gamble comes out, challenges, able to make the save. And again, the key part there, too, is holding onto the puck and getting the whistle.
And he is always well out in that crease. I mean, it was in that first period, I thought he was sagging back a little bit, but not this time. Jackson Saba leaves that one go. Ain't going to get there anyways. There's a ton of snow on the ice. Sabo backhand pass in front of his own net to Heath Brown. Brown throws it up the wall to Baker, has to go through his skates. Priest dumps it back in deep. Just about 2 minutes into overtime. Ledgers with the only shot so far. Stellmacher throws it wide. Onto the stick of Flood. 2-on-2 rush. Stellmacher comes up with speed to get into the play, but good back check once again from Momentum. Player taken down. There will be no call. I don't think the whistles are probably in pockets.
Unless it's egregious, right?
Blankenheim cuts through everybody. Bondy with numbers the other way. 3-on-2 rush if they hurry. Good back check from Blankenheim. Czar brings it up the right wing. Czar spins away from the pressure. Blankenheim pins him up against the wall. Chipped into the neutral zone. Obernader lets it go by him. It will be an ice with 5:28 to go in overtime.
And you can tell both of these teams, obviously, like we said, are just gassed. And it's incredibly difficult, too, on this big sheet of ice as well. Again, Olympics sheet here in Fond du Lac.
How is it for a goaltender on a sheet like this, Caleb?
Yeah, definitely. To me, it was a little bit difficult, right? Your angles are different. A little bit wider arena. Your pinpoints and your marks are just a little bit different.
Puck chipped up for Boca, doesn't get to him. He tries to chip it around Zabel, gets knocked down. Pass goes up to Bastian. He'll just tip it in. And they will say he didn't get a piece of it. Another icing.
5 minutes to go here, again, in this first overtime. If no one scores, again, it's sudden death. It would go to a second overtime, which would be 3-on-3. And I want to say that's for 8 minutes as well. It might be 5.
I think it is 5. I don't remember. It feels like so long ago last year doing that.
Yep.
Langenheim throws a cross-ice pass. Just barely gets through to Boca, but stolen by Zabel in the middle of the ice. Brown gets it back in his own zone and gives to Ty Wagner. Wagner with the cross-ice pass through the skates of Blankenheim. He got the red. Blankenheim tries to knock Obernader off the puck. Obernader spins away from him easily with a high flip into the neutral zone. Heath Brown gets to it. Brown makes a move around one man. Gets bumped off the puck by Zabel. Obernader gets to the red and powers through Heath Brown. Ledger's got numbers all the way down the ice if they can see him, and Flood picks it up. Flood cuts in the middle of the ice. Flood shoots, blocker save, Gamble. Long-range shots have been coming for the Ledgers at all times, and Collien Gamble is locked in. It's about halfway through this overtime. Czar with a nice move with playing the puck off the back of the net. Maddox King chips it in the neutral zone. Heath Brown is there. Brown chips it around him. Bolka loses it to Czar. They got numbers if they hurry. He chips up for Caden Umentum. Ty Wagner tries to shield him off the puck, and he does. Tate Baker comes in to help. Bonnie without a shot in overtime so far. Puck goes to Baker, and here comes Baron Bolka. Bolka with a cross-ice pass to Flood. He cuts through the middle of the ice, 2-on-2 rush with Baker. Flood looks the shot, goes off of Czar. Puck chipped back for Maddox King. He goes up the wall to Caden Umentum. Umentum chips a saucer pass in the middle of the ice. Jackson Sobel will steal and give the Flood, who fires it cross-ice to Mason Freese. Big hit from Stellmacher on Caden Umentum. Emotions riding high here in overtime. Pass goes off the wall for Baker. Slowly chips it into the neutral zone. Both teams are just gassed, Caleb. There is not a ton of energy and speed and bursts coming from either team.
Definitely not. And, it's kind of a lot of dump and chase hockey. We're seeing more icings as well. I think what it's going to come down to is just if someone can really get sprung on a breakaway, number one, or if you're going to be able to get shots from the point, but with traffic in front, and we have not seen that here tonight.
Both second lines come back out. Bastian wins the draw, but it's taken away by Brady Wayner. They give it to Obernader. Obernader chips it up the wall for Zabel. Jackson Sobel got a piece of it. Langenheim steals in the neutral zone and chips it into space for Baron Bolka. Bolka tries to chip it around his man. He cannot. Jaden Bastian loses it to Cooper Sobel. It comes to Parker Zabel, and it's poked off by Blankenheim. Blankenheim has been very good on this second line today. Puck is stolen by Blankenheim. It comes into the slot, but it gets kicked out. Wagner slows things down and looks around. Cuts back into the pressure, chips it through everybody. They're going to say no ice. 2:40 to go in overtime. Bastian chips it in front. Brady Wayner just wisely gets it out of there. Wayner chips it back for Obernader. Obernader behind the net, back to Wayner. Wayner throws it up the wall to Zabel. Zabel chips it on the back end to himself. Bolka steals. Aaron Bolka fires a shot, pad save by Colin Gamble. Couple of easy ones for Gamble. There will be an ice here with 2:16 to go in overtime.
Yeah, the Ledgers definitely, again, getting their shots on goal that they need to. The problem is they're not having that second guy there for the rebound, right? Gamble has given up a couple of rebounds here in this overtime period, but it doesn't matter because there's no pressure. There's no second man in front for the Ledgers to capitalize.
Baker will take the draw against Peyton Umentum. One cleanly back, but it's almost chipped out by Caden Umentum. Stellmacher fires one well wide. Comes out in the corner to Preston Flood. Flood dumps it back all the way around. Czar picks it up behind his own net. Czar with a high flip into the neutral zone. Brown knocks it down with the glove. The soft backhand chip. Gets it through one Umentum, not the other one. Maddox King gives chase. He steals. Got a man open in the middle of the slot. Puck is hopping. Umentum shoots. Blocked in front. Nobody knows where it is. And we're going to have some
ensues.
They're going to take both guys here. Peyton Umentum's going to go off, as well as, I believe, Ty Wagner's going to go off, or Baker. Umentum digging underneath the man. They're going to send Ty Wagner too. But I would say you're going to take, if you're a Fondy player, you take Caden Umentum or Peyton Umentum off for Ty Wagner. You're losing your best defenser if you're a Ledgers fan.
Yeah, definitely. It hurts for both of these teams. Again, at least good call by the refs. You have to take both, I think, in that situation. You can't necessarily pinpoint it on one player. So you take them both, try to ease the tensions here. I know that's tough to do in a rivalry situation, but that's a start.
Coincidental minors. It'll stay 5-on-5 for now.
And that's the big thing too, right? So you're going to be without both of these players for the rest of this overtime.
Saracen wanted an explanation to why his guy got a call, but when he start digging like that after the whistle, I mean, I understand why Wagner was frustrated, but sometimes in a game like this, we talked about it, before the game, you can't let your emotions get the best of you.
Definitely.
Baker wins the draw, poked through by Jackson Sobel. Jackson Sobel with speed down the left wing. Sobel walks in. Sobel shoots, pad save, Gamble. Flood picks it up, throws it out in front. Gala was not there. Baker shoots, blocked in front. Ledgers trying to throw some pucks on the net. Can't get it through. 2-on-1 rush if they can get it through Heath Brown. Maddox King and Mason King out there together. Mason gets bumped off the puck. He got it all the way down deep, though. Jackson Sobel up to Porter Gala. Gala with a backhand pass. Knocked down. Baker steals. Obernader shoots. Rebounds loose in front. Maddox King fires it off the outside of the cage. Juicy rebound thrown out by Caden Rotman. Kept it at the line. Czar shoots. Blocker save. Just goes wide. Fighting that one off was Caden Rotman. Pass up top. Obernader walks in. Obernader shoots. It's blocked in front by Tate Baker. Ledger's got to get the puck out. They cannot. Kept in. Czar walks down. Shoots it over top of the cage. Obernader keeps it in the left point. He shoots. Tipped in front. Just goes wide. Getting a stick on it was Rotman. They go to Czar. All kinds of pressure from the Cardinals. Dump it down deep for Maddox King now. Pinned up by Tate Baker. Heath Brown tried to get it out of there. He does. Brown chips it in the middle of the ice. Czar claps a one-timer. Blocked in front. Just bounces wide. Heath Brown chips it back. Ledgers are gassed, just trying to put the puck in space. King goes up top. Murphy with a one-timer. Fired it wide. Backhand pass out front. Blocked by Heath Brown. 5 seconds to go in the first overtime. It goes up top. They got to shoot. Murphy shoots. Blocked in front by Jackson Sobel.
And they blew the whistle before the horn sounded, I
think they're trying to call him for a delay of game. I don't know if I agree with this.
Wow. I mean, the time was almost out. They're going to call him for putting his hand on the puck. Is this a penalty shot?
No, because it's not in the crease.
Okay.
If it was in the crease, he's arguing that he didn't cover it. So the Cardinals will start on the power play in the second overtime. There's an argument about what's going on. And this
it's kind of that same situation, too, where, the Ledgers scored that goal at the end of the period. There should be some time on the clock, you would think, if there was the penalty.
Sobel is not happy. He's like, the ref's telling him you can go to the bench. My thing is they hadn't called anything in overtime. Why start using the whistles now?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting call. Ledgers think that they don't have the penalty, but they do.
So it's going to be a 4-on-3 power play to start overtime. Then it'll go to 5-on-4 until another whistle. If there's a whistle originally after the 15 seconds, because there'll be 15 seconds on the coincidental minors. But Bonnie, without Peyton, you meant them to start their power play. But power play quick kicking at 20% for them. One thing you don't work on a lot is 4-on-3 power plays in high school.
It's just a situation that doesn't come up much, right? So you don't necessarily work on it every day, and it's a situation that's going to come up here in a rivalry game in the Badgerland Conference.
So they'll give it 5 minutes on the clock, and if that doesn't happen again, we know what happens after that. They'll go to another shootout in this one, but boy, Fondy put the pressure on to end that overtime. That last minute and a half was all in the Ledger zone and all kinds of shots going just wide or getting tipped just wide of Caden Rock.
Yeah, they really turned it on there towards the end, and I thought they were going to find the back of the net. They were getting shots from all over. They got traffic in front of the net. Robin able to stand tall and turn things aside, really, and keep this a 2-2 game. And we're going to see, again, double overtime. It's going to be 4-on-3 to start for the first 2 minutes for this one.
Ledgers without probably a top defenseman and top penalty killer. Cardinals without one of their top scorers. Actually, probably two of their top penalty killers without Jackson Sobel as well, who was just diving everywhere and blocking shots to end that period. I would expect to see Preston Flood go back to the D for this, at least the beginning of overtime, the second overtime.
Yeah, I think you almost have to, right? And again, he can play defense, but he's forward for this game, but you're going to see him most likely shifted back here in this 4-on-3 situation here for the Ledgers.
Delay of game, and I don't remember the last time I saw 2 delay of game penalties in a high school game.
Yeah.
Because, it's more prevalent when you have the puck over the glass penalty.
Yeah, definitely. You don't see it too often, but here we are tonight. Tough to say. I don't know what the 3-minute mark was up for the intermission. But again, the one thing to keep an eye on, too, is it's dirty ice. We've had dirty ice ever since the start of the third period.
And this is a situation where I say don't stick handle. Shoot the puck. And then Wagner should not be out there right now. He should be in the penalty box, and I don't think, because they still have Momentum in the penalty box. So the real question is who's not paying attention, because Ty Wagner should be in the box.
They're saying it's nullified, I guess.
Good, okay. I would have said
Which is
there's
not
15 seconds to go.
Yeah.
I would think they'd want to keep Peyton Momentum out there for somebody.
I don't know how they can just nix the penalties like that. Again, that was
Yeah,
that is interesting.
that's a late change, and they're going to make Maddox King come back out. Nope, they're going to wave it off. The Ledgers should have last change, so they're frustrated about that. All kinds of frustration going on to start this overtime. Draws one back to Eli Czar. Ledgers will have to kill a 4-on-3, which hopefully, Coach Ryan Sarazen was trying to draw something up for his guys. 4-on-3 is all about possession. Nice play and cleared all the way down. Good play by Baker to back check and Preston Flood. They killed just about 30 seconds off the start of this power play. Obernader to Czar. On he's slowly up the ice, trying to set things up right now in this 4-on-3. Ledgers working their triangle. Obernader to Czar, back to Czar. Back to Obernader. They're just trying to sink this down. One-timer, backdoor pass, had a man open, shot in front, blocked in front. What a block by Preston Flood. That one stung a little bit, though, as it hit him in the chest. 1 minute to go in the power play. It's a minute into this double overtime. Momentum walks in. Shoulder save by Rotman. Backhander can't get cleared. Flood battles with Momentum. Chipped up the wall. Baker tries to chip it out. They'll pass it over. Ledgers got to stay within their triangle. You get too far out of it, you make passes like this. What a play from Preston Flood to hold on. Czar walks in. Czar over to Obernader now. 35 seconds to go in the power. Blocked in front by Ty Wagner. And they clear. What a penalty kill right now from the Ledgers.
This is a fantastic penalty kill, selling out, blocking shots.
25 seconds to go on the power play. Obernader slowly comes in. Backdoor to Cooper. Sobel a little too far. They go up top. 15 seconds about to go on the power play. Obernader slows things down. Drops it down for Maddox King. King with a pass, blocked in front. Nice play by Jaden. Pass back door to Bastian. Sobel, blocker save. Rotman knocked just wide. And that'll do it for the power play. 4-on-4 now. Obernader shoots just wide of Rotman. Sobel passes out front. Too strong. Obernader keeps it in. He'll pull it out of the neutral zone. Any whistle would move this back to 3-on-3. 2:45 to go in double overtime. Pass to Cooper Sobel. Jaden Bastian pressures him, but Sobel chips it around. Sobel with speed up the right wing wall. Cooper Sobel backhands it in the middle of the ice. Stolen by Heath Brown. Pass goes to Blankenheim. 1-on-2 rush the other way. Bonnie's got too many men on the ice. They don't see it. Whistle's got to be blown here. There's too many men.
They got 5 guys on the ice.
That's what I'm trying to say. They got too many men.
Yeah.
Count. Officials. Somebody's got to count.
Well, I'm surprised the Springs bench isn't going crazy.
They are. They are going crazy. There's too many men on the ice. There you go. Hand goes up. They're going to blow the whistle now. This has been way overdue.
Wow.
They've had 5 guys on the ice for a whole minute.
I'm glad they got it called finally. Otherwise, this building would have erupted.
There was 5 guys on the ice for 50 seconds before the officials noticed. But at the 2:08 mark, Fondy is going to take another too many men penalty. We'll see who they send to the box. It'll be Maddox King to go. Nope. They're keeping 5 guys out there. It's a 4-on-3 power play. They don't understand that fact. They're going to send Cooper Sobel to serve this one, so the Ledgers will have a chance in 4-on-3. We'll see if Coach Kevin Collien wants to burn his timeout. It'd be a smart choice to burn it here, Caleb, to set something up.
I was thinking the same exact thing. I almost thought that's what they did. Take that timeout, get your top guys that rest, that little bit of extra rest, draw something up. So then, again, this is that situation where you have that 4-on-3 power play.
So the Ledgers with a power play with 2:08 to go in this one. Draw one back, but too well one back into the neutral zone. Brought over the zone. Wagner back up top to Flood. Flood down to Brown. Brown, Baker, Flood, and Wagner out there for the Ledgers. 1:45 to go in double overtime. Back down to Baker. One-timer. Wagner scores! Ball game! Ty Wagner wins it in overtime.
And that'll do it for the Ledgers. They walk it off. Bang, bang, play. Don't let things set up. Move the puck, one-touch things, and it's a one-timer to end the game for the Ledgers.
The one thing that the Ledgers did differently than the Cardinals did, they went and collapsed that triangle, Caleb. But Fondy tried to keep everything up top. When you collapse a triangle like that, that's what you create those scoring opportunities.
It's exactly that. And another point I want to make, too, the Cardinals, when they had their one-time opportunities, they caught the puck, settled it down, gave Rodman the chance to get set up. Ledgers, you saw what they did. They're just moving the puck around. They get that one-time opportunity, and they bang it right in the back of the net.
It'll be 9 from 23, and my guess would be 8. And, that goes to a coaching thing, too. I mean, they're setting that up. They're drawing that up on the board. You know that's what they wanted to do. That's exactly what Coach Collien wanted to do. And you look at it the way it was, back-to-back years of this game going to extra time. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back with interviews after this.
Thank you for your continued support over the past 50 years. At Verhaeg's Furniture Mart, we're honored to have been voted by you to be the best of the best mattress store in the Fond du Lac area for 2024.
Our mission is to bring the best in bedding comfort, technology, and support to the Waupun area.
We've partnered with top brands like Tempur-Pedic, Puffy, Scott Living, Sealy, and Nectar to offer you the ultimate sleep experience.
Free delivery to Waupun and the surrounding area. See store for details.
Come shop at Verhaeg's.
Every customer can be a Signature Home customer. I think that's what Signature Homes does really well, is that we can touch not only the customer who's building for the first time, but also the customers that know what they want and want to pull pieces of other property that they've lived in and loved. And you can really trust that we know what we're doing and that we have 30 years of experience in the market doing it with quality craftsmanship and a lot of style and design. And at the end, we get a chance to walk them through and see their smiling faces, and we know that we've achieved our goal.
Dripping faucets and running toilets aren't just annoying, they're increasing your water bill. Clogged toilets and drains aren't just frustrating, they often indicate bigger problems. Pipe bursts aren't just messy, you need Maxwell Plumbing. These guys are affordable, and they know what they're doing. For plumbing projects and problems, it's Maxwell Plumbing, located in Lemira, serving Dodge, Fond du Lac, and Washington counties. Maxwell Plumbing and HTG.com.
It's more than just a job. It truly is a family. They value you, great pay, great benefits. They definitely care about setting people up for success in their retirement years. I don't see a reason to want to leave.
At Silica, we've built a reputation for selling the best appliances and servicing everything we sell. Standing by our customers is what makes us grow, and with 3 locations, our service area covers a huge part of the state. That's why when you see our thousands of online reviews, these are the words you most commonly see. Great service after the sale. That keeps us moving ahead for over 100 years. You won't get that with the big box stores. See for yourself why your neighbors say it's Silica for your home.
Angling-only guide service with Captain Jeremy Brenner.
Captain Jeremy Brenner here. We are the premier Lake Michigan salmon charter out of Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Each trip is 6 hours and includes fish cleaning. The cost is $400 per trip Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and only $340 on weekdays for up to 6 people. I personally guarantee you will catch fish. The season runs June through Labor Day. Contact me at anglingonlyfishing@gmail.com to book today and check out my Facebook page, Captain Jeremy Brenner, Sheboygan Salmon.
At Warner Harmson, we believe your home should be as comfortable as it is beautiful. From timeless classics to today's latest trends, we carry quality furniture to fit any room that's built to last. With hometown service, affordable prices, and dependable delivery, Warner Harmson makes loving your space feel easy. Visit warnerharmson.com to view our comfortable, quality, and stylish furniture today.
Rediscover the hometown lumberyard experience in your own backyard. Hi, this is Dave, third generation of the family-owned and operated Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lemira.
Welcome back to the post-game show here on Radio Plus, Video Sports, and Jeff's Livestreams. Tig, what a goal, what an overtime winner. Talk me through the emotions going into overtime.
Going into overtime, we knew we had to capitalize early. I mean, all our guys are running out of energy, cramping up, so it's good to get the pressure on them and get a shot on goal and see what we can do with it.
How do you keep your emotions in check in such a rivalry matchup, such a loud atmosphere like this?
How do I keep my emotions together? Think about all the times I've been doubted. You know, just I got to keep my head in the game, play with my teammates, use them as motivation every day. Go to practice, get my reps in. Every rep counts. You know, that's my motivation.
Obviously, you know, I know a set play on that 4-on-3 power play, but how do you guys work on that consistently? What a great pass from Tate right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, I mean, when you find an open area like that in the slot, I mean, you got to capitalize on it, and that's what we work on in practice every day. So I saw it, and I took it, and it worked out for me very well.
Congratulations. Thanks.
Just heard there from number 9, Tig Wagner for the Ledgers.
Coach, you know, last year we had the same kind of game, a little different result, 3-2 in overtime for you guys this year. Talk me through your huddle before the power play in overtime.
Well, right, as you practice, you work on all the situational stuff, and it's just, what do we do? You know, they're asking, here's the guys are going out. How are we doing it? Well, it's just like our 5-on-4, but the box like they did. You know, hold on to the puck when it goes down low. If that guy's down, get it back and work on the high-low, right? And that's what happened.
You guys heavily outshot them tonight, but a great game from Collien Gamble and net from them. What did you see from your guys today that ensured you to get this win?
So, like we talked beforehand, our identity, we went on the road and found what it was. Defense first, third guy high. Like, we come out, buzz them in the first period, take a 2-0 lead. Second period, right, everybody's allowed to forget who they are for a minute and to see them. This is our first game on a big sheet. You could see they were tired. But for them to come back out, do the things that they've been doing in the third period and find a way to finish it is a good stuff for their character.
What a game from Heath Brown tonight. I thought he was all over the ice defensively. Obviously, last year as a freshman, he got minutes consistently. What have you seen out of him so far this season?
Well, exactly what you just said. I mean, he was our most improved player last year from beginning to end, took a big jump with confidence. I know when I'm talking with Coach, he's the guy on the rise. He is real receptive to the coaching, taking it all in stride and laying it all out there. And then you can see it by his play. He's the guy that's overlooked that I would expect that he's going to start turning some heads a little more.
All right, congratulations, Kevin, on a big win. Have fun tonight. Caleb, we'll send it back up to you. We'll run a couple ads. We'll come back and wrap this up on the post-game show.
I welcome you to experience what the Hometown Lumberyard has to offer. Better products, better advice, better service. From one O-ring to all the building materials to build a house, we had the products to get the job done. Hardware, plumbing, electrical, paint, lawn and garden, automotive, bird, and so much more. Come experience what your Hometown Lumberyard has to offer. Lidke Lumber True Value in downtown Lemira, where the tracks cross Main, or online at lidkelumber.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones financial advisors. Robert Bruce, located at 68 North Main Street. Patrick Ellistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue. Matt Moses, located at 201 South Mars Street. Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. And Matt Helmer, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
This winter, make your home the coziest place in town with Surefire Heating and Air Conditioning. For 3 generations, the Surefire family has been serving Wisconsin homes, bringing warmth and comfort to your families just like yours. As the temperatures drop, trust the company that's been in the business of keeping homes warm for over 75 years. This is Tom Schwartz with Surefire. Call us today and ask about our rebates that can help you save big on your comfort this coming winter. Visit us at surefireinc.com.
Hi, I'm Aaron Sadoff. Blessed be the president of Marian University right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. If you are beginning your college adventure or looking to transfer, Marian University could be the perfect fit for you. Our beautiful campus, our amazing faculty and staff, our Division III athletics, and our amazing mission are waiting for you. Come visit Marian University. Not only will you get a great education, but we will help you become the best for the world. Good luck and go Sabres!
Welcome back on the Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show. Looking for a loan with no hassle? They can help. Local bank, local lenders, your community, your local community bank, Fox Valley Savings Bank. Your Marian University play of the game. Log on. Or player of the game, log on marianuniversity.edu to get started today. Got to be Ty Wagner. He was all over the ice tonight. He probably in the it's a 51-minute game plus the 13 in overtime, so plus what? 11 and a half in overtime, I would probably say realistically, he played 2/3 of the hockey game.
Yeah, which is a lot. That takes a lot of energy. And like they talked about in the post-game interview, you don't realize guys cramp up and stuff like that too when it gets so long. They're rolling out lines every other shift.
He's our player of the game, our BCI Burke play of the game. Log on burkecareers.com for plays that move you. Got to be the one-timer by Ty Wagner that ended it. I mean, you could go back to a couple blocks that the Ledgers had earlier in the game. One that sings out to me, the one that actually Jackson Sobel got a penalty on for putting his hand on. He dives out and hits him right in the chest at the end of the first overtime. I mean, both teams were diving and just putting in all kinds of effort defensively in this one.
Yeah, you really just love to see it. Overall great effort by both teams, physicality-wise, blocking shots-wise. I mean, and then obviously able to capitalize there on the power play, 4-on-3 power play, and the double OT was the Ledgers.
Our AirTech presents our next game broadcast. No matter which type of heating system you have in your home, the knowledgeable technicians at AirTech Heating can perform a timely repair if things go wrong. Go to radioplusinfo.com for the complete schedule. I got some up on the screen for us. Tomorrow, Springs, for you Ledgers fans, Springs at Randolph, girls basketball, 2:30 start time for that one. I think Mackay will be over at that one.
Saturday matinee.
Yep. Next Monday, doubleheaders galore. We've got Randolph taking on Dodgeland in girls and boys basketball in a doubleheader, and Winnicott taking on Laconia in a doubleheader as well. And then on Tuesday, last broadcast before Christmas break, Columbus makes the trek to take on Mayville in girls basketball. Caleb, what a game it was. I mean, this was as entertaining as they come once again.
This was a fun one. This is one of those games where you just throw out the records. They don't truly matter in games like this. A rivalry game, again, Badgerland Conference game, Sturgeon Cup, sharing the same rink. Their locker rooms are very close to each other as well. So it's just one of those games where either team can win, and that kind of showed tonight. Both teams had their dominance throughout the game, and both teams had their faults throughout the game as well. But overall, it was the Ledgers who were able to just capitalize and win this thing 3-2 in double overtime.
I think for both teams, you can take positives out of this. Fondy, you go down 2-0 early. You're resilient. You played a really good second period. I think for them, I mean, you were a couple bounces away from winning this game.
Yeah, you were right there. If a bounce breaks the other way, you win this one. If you're able to capitalize on your 4-on-3 power play and double OT, you win this one. So it's just a bad break either way, and the Ledgers come out on top.
Ledgers come out on top for the now 10th time in this game, and it has happened this is the 12th year of it. Caleb, you talk about a dominance at a level, but like every game, if you look back at this, every game's a close game in this rivalry matchup.
Yep, exactly like you said. The Ledgers have came out on top more times than not, but overall, they're all close games and they're all fun ones, and I only expect it to be that way throughout the rest of the rivalry games as well.
I want to thank Caleb for coming and joining me tonight. What a game it was. The Ledgers win 3-2 in overtime, double overtime, on a 4-on-3 power play and a one-timer from Ty Wagner, assisted by Baker and Heath Brown. What a night it was. Mackay will be back for you Ledgers fans that want to watch some girls basketball tomorrow. Probably, I think 2:30 is the 2:30 game, 2:30 tip-off, so probably 2 o'clock would be I would say, your pregame show, especially, what a great facility Randolph has, and what a great girls basketball program they have over there. So it should be a good one from Randolph. This has been Justin Schwartzmiller with Caleb Sauer from the Blue Line Family Ice Center. Thank you, everybody, and good night.
Radio Plus Sports and Jeff's Livestreams would like to thank our sponsors.
Hoekstra's Greenhouse, Katie's Log Cabin, Generations Lanes, and Angling Only. PT Tire and Service.
Pino Construction, Verhaeg's Furniture, Schaefer Auto.
AirTech, Pole Oil and Propane, Witt Services, Pioneer K.
Lidkey Lumber, Hoffs of Brownsville, Municipal Well and Pump.
All Phase Heating, Cooling Geo. Back in Action, Brock Fleischer, Homestead Realty.
Ergo Bank Wilmira. Maxwell Plumbing, Metalcraft of Mayville.
Michaels Corporation, Quest Interiors, Schroffnagel Implements, Skyline Roofing.
Surefire Heating and Cooling, Westfall Printing and Graphics, Bristol Morgan Bank, Marshview Veterinary Clinic, Leroy Meats, Mayville Savings Bank, Bernard Plumbing, Keller Building.